Alrighty then. Gamers, good evening and welcome to watching Bounty Hunters. We're a weekly series of Guilty Gear Strive FT7 exhibition matches for your pleasure. Yeah, let's get this party started. Gonna be joined again today by Lurkers. Howdy ho.
Hello. Really happy to be back. It's always a fun time.
Yeah, and I bet you're happy about something else as well, as am I.
Oh my god, I had trouble falling asleep last night. I was so excited. It was such an adrenaline rush.
The best morning after like, what, 7 years of waiting for me.
Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't wait that long, but honestly, since I've been into Gear, Testament has been my favorite alongside Eno, and now having both of them in Strive is... I'm very happy. I'm a very, very happy camper.
Extremely. And they're gonna be out, what, not quite in time for next week's event, but in 2 weeks.
Yeah, which is unfortunately, in 2 weeks' time, I'm not able to be here at all on Sunday. But, you know, you best bet my week 2 Testament is going to at least be here to see what's up.
Hell yeah.
But I'm really sad to not be here for the first Testament event.
I mean, the first days are always the rough ones where people are still like trying to figure stuff out and maybe don't have as good of a hang on the character, so you'll get a little bit of advantage not having to quotations embarrass yourself on screen on day one. But yeah,
it's fine. I'll embarrass myself another day.
Same. To be honest, I'm gonna dive into just matches right away, and just go there and start grinding.
I'm definitely gonna be seeing what's up. I mean, this month I haven't really played a lot of Strive. I've played some casually with friends, and I haven't really gone into the tower or anything. I don't even have my gold-plated name this month, so I'm officially a fraud. But yeah, no, I'm always excited to at least watch some Strive being played, and we had the really good matches last night. I don't know if you watched Dark Revo.
Yes,
it went on quite late for you, so yeah,
it was worth it.
Yeah, Hotashi kicking ass, but I think we all expected that.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's always great. I mean, there's a certain aspect of the FGC that I really enjoy, that plays parallel to pro wrestling with the kind of personalities that you find.
Mm-hmm.
People, you know, we've got the storyline going on right now with Latif and Hotashi going on.
Yeah.
It was also the break stream. I was watching with some friends, and we started watching just really bad cooking shows in between the breaks. It was good. It was good stuff.
But yeah, anyway, for our lineup today, a couple of changes to the schedule. We're gonna be starting off with Neko versus Envy first, due to scheduling, as well as I believe Havichu has been had a family emergency, so couldn't play today, unfortunately, but we have a potential candidate. I'm a little worried about that because I did not get the final word from the Vigilante that they were okay with the switch, but it is there. The potential is there. I know Aggu is ready to play. If
I think I've seen the Vigilante being active today, so I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think it's fingers crossed.
But yeah, a big one right off the bat. Nekomaster, I think they haven't been featured too often on Bounty Hunters, but like I think everybody knows this is a very high caliber player. Is there anybody better playing Eno currently in EU than Nekomaster? I can't name others.
Certainly not me.
From the top of my head, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, And Nekomaster, granted, we don't see a lot of Neko recently. We saw them in Strive Cup, and it was really good showing. And it would be honestly like really good to just see more of them. And I'm excited that this is getting to start with. Obviously, I love Ino. You know, as much as I am consumed with the brain rot of my ACPR main, it's good to also have them. To also have, you know, my Ino here, and we're jumping right into it now. But yeah, this is a matchup. You know, as an Ino player, I dislike this matchup very much. You know, Soul's buttons, especially that 5K, just globally answer a lot of what Ino can do.
Yeah, so 5K has always been that extremely fast button that like sort of acts as a jab anti-air, especially against like forward dashes.
Yeah, and so, you know, having a button that globally deals with your high-low mix-up against Ino obviously is very strong, but there's a lot of adjustments that you can do, and I think the biggest struggle in this matchup is that Ino has to play so much differently than the game plan you're trying to run against other characters. So
right.
I think Nekomaster is definitely the right person to be on the driver's seat for Ino here.
Yeah, speaking from my own experience, there are still like some things that you really gotta keep an eye out for, because Ino does have some really good buttons that you can just sort of leave there for close mid-range footsies that can be kind of hard to challenge sometimes, but again, it's the RPS. Ino's neutral RPS is definitely very committal, so...
Oh, there's the Daru special, the 6H. Win to the stroke is burst safe. And we see Neko taking the first round. You know, we're talking about how Ino struggles in this matchup, and immediately Neko's showing, like, just saying, hold my guitar.
Yeah. I mean, ooh, counter hit on the BP. Oh, that's gonna be damage. You already know this character. Very synonymous with damage output.
Definitely. And also, I didn't even think of it initially, but, you know, these are our two mains, you know. We've both got like a personal bias going on here for the two different sides.
Did you mean old mains?
Well, I'm still going to be playing Ino, just not as much.
Right. I think at this point my soul days are over, but I mean I still have the now. Oh, another BB counter hit.
Oh.
That's honestly such a I'm not sure why Soul needed that buff during one of the previous patches, but there it is. The BB does lead into combos now on counter hit. Oh, look at that low profile dash under HCL, and we had them in the corner.
Oof, this is going to be a very tough position for Neko to be in, but thankfully there's still a burst. I still believe Copium.
Yeah, tough position because it's 1-1 rounds and very, very high amount of life to overcome. Oh yeah, that's gets the burst as well.
Played. And that's the first match going already. But you can see the difference, you know, in this matchup. I feel like it's not very beneficial to be, you know, obviously, to be playing as close up as you typically want to play as Ino, and you can tell the control on the movement that Neko is having.
Ow.
Especially to avoid situations like that where you get hit by that the 6S.
Oh, there's the other good button, 2S.
Yeah.
That button catches, I believe Stroke the Big Tree doesn't go under that, right? Does it? I'm fairly sure it doesn't. Ooh, tried to go for a DP there. Sneaky, but the setup was perfect. Oh, hello?
Yeah, no, I'm here. No, just the setups with Note are very good at baiting out against people who like the DP, and I think we're gonna see from here on, Envy is gonna have to be a lot more careful about DPing on Wake Up, because again, Ino has very strong options against that. Both the various safe jump setups you can do, and just running Note OK.
Ooh,
and even in that situation,
that's not even...
Envy really good at getting out of the corner.
Yeah, that 2S just seeming to work as anti-air here for Envy. That's not the first time either it works as... Whoa. There's something really weird going on here.
Yeah. Oh.
Maybe connection issues?
Yeah, I'm also getting it now.
Or
We're getting Testament, I think getting... Oh yeah, it is this thing. On my side, Neko just won. On your side, Neko just lost. I don't know what happened.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, no, on my side, Neko has just taken this round.
That is literally the first time I've ever seen a desync before.
I've had one time. I was playing my friend, and the exact same situation happened. We get a desync, and we both win. So I think we just run it back.
Yeah, probably, unless like it's weird because I wonder if it's just like it can't be just that the commentators desynced. They gotta have desynced.
It failed a rematch for them, so they probably had some issues on their own side. So unless they kind of reach out to us and let us know the actual result of a match that might have been played.
Yeah, I guess we'll eventually see.
Yeah, especially because it's different, because since the two of us got different desyncs.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Going with a high note there. It's an interesting choice. Against Soul, I pretty much globally go for low notes. Obviously, if I start getting called out on those, I have to adjust, but you know, you can send a load low enough to go below Grand Viper. Here we're having classic Soul corner game.
That was a little unfortunate there, and we ended up whiffing that 5k, and on whiff, that's a button that's very, very not fast on recovery, but Nekomaster couldn't respond in time. And here in the corner once again, this is the position, this is where Soul does most of their dirty stuff.
Thankfully, Ino's Far Slash and Chemical Love are actually really good tools to get out of the corner against Soul. Forcing the burst out of Envy.
Ooh, another very well-placed BB. Oh, still gets hit? I wonder if... Yeah, they didn't even have meter to do anything special. No.
Sometimes you just don't even need that. I think we have a desync again.
Yeah, yeah. This doesn't look like real match.
Yeah, because on my side there's a regular match going on.
Is this on my end? Am I just the only one desyncing?
I think it might be on your end, because I'm getting a proper match, and Envy just took a match that felt like it was being properly played.
What the hell? I've literally never seen anything like this before.
But they are playing again, so it seems like on their side it's working fine. Let's see if you catch up properly then. But I think you do score Envy now.
Alright, let's hit it.
So I think, yeah, you're further behind than me, but it's actually seems to be working. I think you're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing.
Yeah, I can kind of like distinguish what is the real game and what happens when it desyncs.
Yeah. Oof. Neko,
damn,
unfortunately gets hit by this very big explosive Soul combo. Soul 6H will get you out of a lot of pressure situations. 9
frames, half screen, very powerful with punish tool. Yeah, RC, keep yourself safe. Ooh. The risk is slowly starting to add up, but there it is. Those, I think, too heavy was that. That's also a pretty decent button against a lot of Soul buttons, but I mean, you gotta consider.
Too heavy is a very decent button against basically anyone in the cast. I feel like.
has a very decent hurt box, especially very protected one. There's a lot of disjoint, but. You know, when you compare the damage disparity once again, Soul on right reach does so much more damage than Ino.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it's the classic situation, you know, how many interactions does it take to kill, and Ino unfortunately needs quite a few more.
Yeah.
Even if she does have the tools to get a lot more of those engagements to be victorious.
Yeah,
Envy managing to DD past the node.
Yeah, that's the flip side of the things. You have the nodes to sort of keep them in place, but Soul also has those good reversal options. The DP gets you out of a lot of sticky situations if you don't set your Oki up properly.
You have... Ooh.
And I mean, sometimes
Yeah,
depending
running
on...
Oki... Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, depending on the knockdown, you can't even set up the Dream Oki of your choice.
Yeah, and it's especially, you know, the Oki is such a big part of your game plan. Soul still has such good control of the screen. It's very difficult to play a lot of the times. And but still, we have a good escape. You'll notice Neko is using a lot of Ino's Far Slash in this matchup. It is still basically her best tool against Soul.
I missed the clean hit DP there, so Neko barely avoiding death. But now can't really make any
Unfortunately, that heavy dive kick is a lot more punishable than all the other ones, but it does give you quite a big reward if it works out for you.
Right, gold
Now
burst
the
here.
gold burst.
Ow!
Oh no! Oh no! You wish you had burst right now. Oh!
Oh, I like that. It's yeah.
That is. Oh no!
I
The
think
air
I'm-
bandit ring.
I think I'm
bandit
fine.
revolver.
But not enough. Yeah, strangely enough, I'm completely fine spending like 100 meter to get out of that pressure position against Soul, but then you will go back to neutral and no meter whatsoever, whereas Soul might still have some.
Yeah, especially since metered pressure from Soul is so scary, because you can always throw that gunflame and just run behind it and put some pressure and be a lot more ambiguous about it. Oh no. Oh, is that a drop?
I think after that 6 heavy you don't really have a pickup other than OTG.
It just looks like it should have gotten a wall splat, but I think it is still more beneficial to not get the wall there.
Another 6S counter hit. Man, if Strive had stuns, this would be a stun here.
Oh,
Yeah.
and burst safe.
Add Angel to the injury. Envy just bulldozing forward, doing what Soul does.
I hate to see this. But no, and Envy clearly has a lot of knowledge for the matchup, using all of the correct responses and not relying on a lot of the tools that Soul will in other matchups use a lot of gunflame pressure, which is very punishable by Ino. You can see that Envy is avoiding it. And even Far Slashes, since they're so abusable by using Ino's own Far Slash.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of like Envy is swinging really wild, even in defensive positions, but they absolutely can, because it is so. Look at that, just defending themselves with 5 heavy. Have you ever seen anything like that? The numbers are overwhelmingly in Envy's favor here.
And a lot of this is a momentum game. Ino's a character that doesn't like to be playing from behind. You want to be in your opponent's headspace and forcing them to make bad decisions. And if Envy just keeps a good spot by Neko.
But again, good jab there.
And the Grand Viper going under Far Slash.
You can really see Envy knows the matchup, just immediately ready to jab Nekomaster out of their forward dash. That's sort of what you kind of want to play on your opponent as Ino to get as many pressure resets as you can. But if they guess right, man, it's over.
Yeah, but here we're seeing Neko just doing very classic Ino pressure, getting those wall slumps. Unfortunately, missing with a red RC, hits the dive kick too far at the edge. And now Envy with just a sliver of health and a burst
Oh no,
is
don't,
going to just be... Oh no.
don't tell me, okay.
Oh.
I was like, Envy, surely they're not gonna bring this back.
But now Envy is still in a very favorable position. Again, in neutral isn't that solid until you actually get that first knockdown and get into the Oki position.
Oh my god. Envy,
Does this kill? Oh my
Envy
god.
just went under that chemical lob with 6S. I think, I'm not sure if they were initially crouching, but man, that chemical lob just doesn't really hit very low at all.
Yeah, a lot of what most characters can do, especially Soul. I think Soul running forward, Soul power slash, and that, again, 6S, all go under Chemical Love. I have learned all of those in the worst of conditions, getting punished a lot for them.
Yeah, you really gotta switch it up and use different buttons. Ooh, there we go.
Again, 6H first hit into Chemical Love, again, being burst safe.
Ooh, good read. Alright, finds the low. It's a very good setup. And
unfortunately, oh no, that does kill. I'm always used to Souls living that, even if on a sliver of health, you know. That Soul defense goes really far.
Alright, some good reads from Nekomaster. But look at that,
again,
there's the
5k.
Just like you mentioned, such a strong tool for defense. Nice movement, scores a hit, here we go. Ah, but Envy just hammering the DP in, and I guess why shouldn't you? Even if it works,
it keeps like working,
yeah, even if it works like 50% of the time, I think you get your values worth.
But now Neko going for the safe jump, Envy respecting it, maybe a bit too much. You know, Neko getting on the board now properly. I believe that that it is possible. I want to believe that it's possible. It's not just because I bet 5,000 channel points on Neko. But
it is gonna be a difficult ride from here on out. Because I'm pretty sure that Envy will be, because he only needs one, so they're gonna be RPSing.
But it is the hardest one to get.
Yeah, they're gonna be RPSing very, very aggressively here, I would say.
But I would say, you know, the last point's always the hardest one to get, but the first one is deceptively also so difficult, and especially as Eno, it's the... Oh, good duck there. Yeah, exactly like this. I feel like the moment you get yourself in a positive, positive mental state, and you're able to start getting some momentum, Eno really thrives on that.
Yeah,
and I say that as Neko gets hit, gets into a corner pressure situation, but using that instant FD to get the Soul out of their hair.
Ooh, good 6p. Yeah, 6p is a, I would say, an MVP button against Soul.
Think,
oh wow!
Dust loops? Dust loops?
That was a cool one. Oh, the punish there with 6s. Another good 6p! Yeah, those are exactly what Neko needs. The 6ps and the stroke to big trees.
The one thing that surprisingly gets that Soul can do that is very punishable by Eno is that Gunflame. With the right spacing, Eno can get a very good Chemical Love and get some screen advantage off of that. It's usually not enough to get in, but it gets you in a favorable enough position to then go for the run in.
Oh no, missed the Tyrant Rave! That was gonna be a kill and a set. Now Nekomaster with one more chance.
A gift from the gods. Going to be putting up a lot of pressure. Hitting out the DP.
Good punish as well with the overhead.
And that's what we need.
Oh, I believe.
Just keep running that OP. Get to the wall. Okay, now the reset. This is going to be the hardest moment. You know, both of these players one hit away from losing this match.
Okay.
And the 50-50.
Yes, you know, you're still like a set play character by heart, so you can't escape the RPS. So what you were saying earlier about just, you know, believing in your own reads, essentially, it's gonna help getting this little amount of success here going forward in the further RPS situations.
You know, as much as we call characters AgguBaggu, sometimes thinking too much really is a detriment to you. And as we say that, we've got the a very rough pressure situation. That's just very difficult to get out of. Especially with a correctly timed banded revolver. Soul can just come back in, keep running stuff on you.
Right,
well 6S now.
Well-timed burst.
Gets the burst out of Envy. Taking you to the corner. And now we're gonna do the same to you. Oh, but actually, the wall's gonna be broken right away. But we get Oki off of this. And the safe jump, forcing the backdash. But unfortunately, Envy finding the connection, and I think this will just kill.
That is it! Man, from half screen, 100 meter available, that combo wasn't even over there. Yeah, that's we were all aware.
You know, not to be biased, but I'm sad. But you know what? That was a really good set. Regardless, you know, Neko really showing at the end how much momentum really. Oh no.
Oh. You okay?
No, just my desk lamp fell off. it's fine. But again, yeah, both players played very well, and Neko just showed how important momentum is, especially when you're playing a very set play, RPS heavy character.
Yeah,
it is definitely Eno's worst matchup. Yeah, Envy's saying that in the chat, and I 100% agree. As a Eno player myself, that it's rough. Perhaps Happy Chaos is a contender for really bad, but that's one that you can kind of just win or lose at round start, and it's just kind of over there. Soul is a constant struggle.
Yeah. All right, jumping into the next one, we've got Bulastro, Milia versus Tonydatguy, Faust.
Again, Bulastro is returning now, second week playing here, ex-Eno player, so a betrayer. But now, but no, I joke. But now picking the Milia. Again, I'm always excited to see, you know, obviously Bulastro is a lot more recent on the Milia than they were on Eno, and so seeing the development today is going to be interesting because, you know, we still saw a lot of struggle, a lot of corners to be polished, but a lot of promise in Bulastro's previous play, so I'm excited.
As far as the
matchup,
matchup,
I've rescued. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I did rescue my lamp. It's not broken. We're fine.
Saved by the bell. I kind of understand. I'm really scuffed as well. I have my desk lamp. It's kind of like, it's not attached to anything. I'm supposed to screw it on the wall, but I kind of can't because I have mega concrete walls. So it's kind of just hanging there by a thread, ready to be smashed anytime.
Mine's on a very thin tripod, and it slides around a lot. And I move it's behind my monitor. I moved it around quite a bit. But we should be talking about the game.
All right. Bulastro from Portugal, Tonydatguy from Britain. Let's go.
From Scotland, if I'm not mistaken. Again, we saw Tony last week playing against Tony, so, you know, Tony's gonna be out here just on a Portuguese vengeance. So
nice, gets out of the corner. Milia didn't have enough hair as it is, so just put that extra afro on. Man, that afro stays. Does this stay on forever?
I don't know. I think it lasts quite a bit if it doesn't get set on fire, and Tony didn't have the chance to really hit it there, so
right.
I think it was just going to remain for a while longer.
Yeah.
But then again,
a little deceptive there, like when you break the wall and, you know, you have a little bit of pause between where the timer doesn't pass.
Yeah, and not only that, but, you know, any round with Milia in it, one way or another, is going to be a fast round, you know? And so, as much as it's very deceptively kept the afro till the end of the round, you know, that's still not that long pass. But here we see Tony with the overhead. That's such a wide-reaching move that it's going to catch Milia trying to go behind him.
Yeah, Tony definitely didn't plan that as an anti-air, but will still take it, of course. That's how it goes.
The golf swing, one of Testament's hobbies. playing golf.
That's, I love that. From such an edgy person to a much more developed, loving personality. What a transformation!
In so many ways. Oh, and here we have the cross-up. And Faust's hitbox, deceptively, hurtbox in fact, deceptively very big, allowing Millia to just get that combo going.
Wow,
and
wait.
will tie on the first match.
Why did Bulastro cross up there? That's pretty much Millia for you.
Yeah, and it's really good. We're seeing a lot more clean execution this week compared to the last time Bulastro was here, which I think was in fact 2 or 3 weeks ago. So definitely seeing that time and effort being put in.
Yeah, I think Millia is one of those characters who you really gotta have your execution on point, because one mistake, you're a pixie character, you don't often get second chances. So really have to capitalize when you get the chance.
Yeah, but he's still, again, Millia has that explosive quality, and especially against Faust, who's a character that has not a lot of health, you know? You're not going to need that many interactions to win, in contrast to your typical matchups again, as Millia.
Yeah, that's true, and I guess that's one of the reasons why this might be like slightly Millia favorite matchup as well. There's also the fact that historically Faust doesn't really like super mobile characters who can sort of avoid getting pinned down by items and normals.
Yeah, and you know, there's always a lot of discussion about where Millia is relative to the other characters. You know, her power level is always up for discussion, and I think Faust being considered typically, you know, not a fantastic character in this game, might be very even. Though then again, as a wise cow said recently, your lists do just rot your brain.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like kind of funny little data to maybe consider a little, but not to live by. Whoa, is that a cross-up again?
That is an amazing cross-up, and let's not ignore the fact that was a really well-timed, meaty jumping heavy. And again, another jumping heavy.
Hitting from really far away, I think. Is that just the Faust's hurtbox, or did Tony actually extend themselves into it? I think they did extend.
It's always hard to tell. You know, Faust is very big, but can go so low down to the ground. It's it's very complicated.
Yeah.
Again, Millia also has this quality of very reliably being able to break the wall and doing a lot with it. Oof.
I think it goes
another cross-up.
Has the burst there.
It's not it yet. Yeah, definitely. Now Tony, one touch away from dying. Oh? Tony himself trying to play very far, very wide-reaching, and flying across the screen, but unfortunately will still get picked off by the Millia.
Yeah, really big value there for going for the quotations mash. Just check if there's a gap. If there's even a small gap, you're gonna take the round immediately there. Ooh, a lot of... Yo, just threads the needle and goes through the hammers. That's what we're talking about. The mobility from Millia. Look at that, just dashing in. Forcing Tony to sort of respect their own bombs.
Yeah. Well, obviously, when you're between your opponent and a bomb, you're just going to have to be holding back.
The left rights just keep coming. Which one is this? Oh, I thought that was gonna be a cross-up with Capel, but no, it still lands on the face side.
And that's definitely a problem you can get into playing against Millia. So like a good Millia can really condition you into blocking certain ways and then just start mixing you up truly. Here we have Tony with a bit of knowledge, getting out of the corner with a jumping kyuukei, but unfortunately forced to burst after his own bomb.
Oh, the second bounce on the hammer. That's kind of cool. I didn't even realize it hits a couple of times. Alright,
no.
choosing to spend here.
I think this breaks the wall. Oh no, you have to...
Oh, that was actually...
RRC to get a reset. Interesting.
I think... Yeah, I wonder, because that 50 could have been potentially used for a wall break, but maybe Bulastro just wasn't quite, you know, confident getting that full conversion then and there. And I much prefer doing, you know, compromises to play it safe rather than go big and miss your combo.
Yeah. And I think that's a very important part of it is, you know, you have the meter and you can guarantee that you just get the kill. You know, there's no reason to keep it and go for the full execution. You're going to be ending the round anyway, so you might as well do it in the guaranteed fashion. Speaking of, you have the exact same scenario. You know, Bulastro using that meter just to guarantee that you get the round end. Being able to keep really good spacing here. It's
right, opting to with the burst.
Evolve the golf swing.
Ooh, very nice presence of mind. Yeah, there's a gap between those two hits. So hitting an anti works. Bulastro with a lot of meter here. Tony with only a burst to speak of.
Burst in a dream, and now a big dream of items falling down, forcing the melee into the block, but unfortunately the melee is going to find the gap. But the mini Faust is going to come to the rescue, but Bulastro gets out and starts running the game plan. So many cross-ups.
And that's another thing. It's not only left and right, it can also be just high-low, and we saw that there. Bulastro went for the cross-up, just let it like landed to the ground, got the low. I was definitely not expecting that to be a low, and probably Tony didn't either. A classic up, down, left, right woman, as my good friend Rygand would say. Finds the feet once again.
We do not see a lot of melee here in Bounty Hunters and in general, honestly. So it's always good to get the experience, some solid melee gameplay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I wonder if it's probably part about that's saying something about the character, relative character strength, but also because Melia has always been rather top tier. So if you're like a player coming from the older games and expecting like my girl should be extremely strong, and then they're not quite up
that
to...
gold burst into the 100-meter item super.
Oh my goodness.
I really respect Tony for going for that play. You know, that was a really well-timed gold burst to still hit Bulastro away.
Oh, nice backdash.
Nice. Make or break now. And unfortunately, it is break for Tony.
That was close enough to get the close slash out in that strike throw situation as well. Now there's so much variance depending on the spacing where you fire your YRC. If you're super close, that YRC is mad good.
Oh, very early burst for Tony.
Uh-oh. Which side? From the back? Sort of luckily, at least, Melia, if you don't have the meter, it's hard for her to run the same vortex over and over. You usually get like a knockdown, then you get a good mix-up, and then you don't get a good mix-up.
Though the difference between a solid melee and a very good melee will be the ability to kind of trick people into thinking they're in a worse position in a vortex than they actually are. And you know, again, just like we were seeing with an Ino matchup earlier, Bulastro here is really showing the power that momentum has in these characters that force your opponent to guess. You know, we saw it with Nekomaster as soon as they started winning a little bit. They got a lot of rounds in a row. And here we're seeing what happens when that works out, but Tony isn't letting that just run. Unfortunately, gets called out on the blue RC. Forced to burst. Unfortunately, it's going to make a situation very dire if Tony still gets to the next round. It's just unfortunately looking unlikely after Bulastro gets another reset.
Tony just doesn't seem to be able to find those anti-airs consistently. They're trying. They've been trying to 2S, they've been trying to 2Ks. They've been trying a lot, but Bulastro is just hitting it from the sky very consistently.
I do think there's going to be a certain level of a knowledge issue here for Tony. Obviously, as we were saying, you don't get to see many Milias, and Bulastro has a very good Faust to practice against locally. So I do wonder how much that might be playing into it.
Yeah, it has to be, right?
You can tell that Bulastro has a lot of specific matchup knowledge. The way they've been going in these gaps shows that they have the presence of mind, and being able to keep that in the middle of an event is also, really impressive.
Ooh, nice little check there. Oh, the cross up with the tornado! Now has to respect the... Oh, doesn't though!
Oh, there we go. Little sweeping scalpel for the round win. Come on, Tony, build up some momentum.
Well, this is definitely the last moment to wake up if you want to get on board. Finding a hit, here we go. See the items, knocks the bomb away. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, Tony has been finding those 2k anti-airs kinda, but a lot of the stuff that Tony has been able to land, the 5Ps, the 2Ks, they're not converting consistently, whereas Bulastro is going full rewards for pretty much every single hit. Finds the low, once again, break the wall. Now Tony.
In a very precarious position, going to last round here would be very detrimental towards Tony, especially because of what that does in your mental game plan. I think Tony really needs to just win this round and not go to a potential third in this match. Oof, the whiff burst, unfortunate. And that's going to make the position in this final round a lot more difficult.
Yeah, neither
hopefully
player,
Tony can get it.
Yeah, neither player luckily is gonna have the burst from the get-go. There we go, finally finds a 5k. Oh, runs into their own banana peel. And oh my goodness, Bulastro just no mercy whatsoever, takes all value out of this situation. Break the wall with a super. Oh no.
Oh.
Potentially one hit away from getting eliminated from this set.
And now you have to guess. Oh
wow, really?
Going for the big plays. But unfortunately that's not going to be enough. And again, Faust is a character that inherently requires a very focused mental game to win. And unfortunately, when playing against Millie, especially if you're not very experienced in the matchup, she is a character that really puts a lot of weight on you. You have to keep track of a lot of things. She moves really fast.
It's kind of sort of a little bit of same deal as we saw with the previous matchup. It's like one of the characters has so much, explosive potential to just come at you and RPS you all the time, and if you can't match that play speed and those reads, yeah, this might be what will happen. A clean sweep for Bulastro, very convincing performance. Alright, next up we got our Joker card matchup. So if Grappletime and Daisuke's Vision are available, we have actually an NA mirror.
NA? Yeah, ooh. So that is that's gonna be interesting. And we're gonna get some Kyle Keys and Potemkin, who I love watching these two play. Especially Kai. Kai plays such an honest game plan. It's very interesting.
Yeah, surprisingly, I think this matchup has, historically been, at least to some extent, in Kai's favor. In Strive, it's been balanced a little more. Kai really doesn't have, still has pretty decent neutral buttons and does have neutral control, but it's not as suffocating anymore, whereas Potemkin has much more sort of ammo for the neutral game, for sure.
Yeah, and again, Potemkin, just a big dude. and it's gonna be very difficult buttons for Kai to deal with a lot of the time. I feel, you know, you have to have a lot of presence of mind, because any misstep just eats away at so much of your health.
Okay, we have Daisuke's vision available. What about the grapple time?
Oh, no, what?
They are gray in Discord, which is a little scary.
Oh, they're online. They're playing Guilty Gear for 40 minutes. I think they'll be coming in soon. Oh yeah, no, they're also in the chat, I'm fairly sure. That is them who just spoke. Oh. So they might just be having a dialogue with the server to get in.
Yeah, but what about grapple time?
Oh, is Grappletime the one that's missing?
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong person.
No worries, no worries. Yeah. We might have to, you know, play the next matchup and hope that Grappletime shows up. Wait, didn't we have this problem with Grappletime last time as well?
Was it Grappletime?
I think so. It was when we were trying to get the match with Kelly, but that is unfortunate. Yeah, I think for now we'll have to probably move on to the next matchup and hope that Grappletime shows up before Daisuke's vision, aka Logan, loses their patience, I guess. So that would be then Razas versus KS next. All right, Razaz is ready. KS is ready. Are they in the chat? Are they?
Razas is around, I think. Oh yeah, Razas has it.
Yeah, I think both Razaz and KS should be around. I think because KS was asking, isn't he in the chat? Probably sort of referring to the previous matchup.
So Soul versus Gold Lewis. I cannot imagine this fares very well. You know, I feel like Soul would be able to, and obviously, you know, I don't play either of these characters, but from what I've observed, it feels like Soul would have the tools to really get in off of whiffed BTs to control space very well.
Yeah, I think that's the the crux of the issue for Gold Lose in this matchup. You theoretically have the range to challenge, but the risk that you take when you swing wild and miss is immense. Sol with that mobility and a lot of good whiff punish buttons, 6S for massive counter hits, 6 heavy if you don't feel like you're getting there in time will definitely do the job. So I feel like Gold Louis just can't really miss. He does have like very small margin for error. And then when Sol actually gets there, it's really difficult to get rid of Sol because you don't have the best buttons, you don't have the best mobility, and you're only...
Sol does a lot of damage, so, you know, Gold Lewis's ample physique, shall we say, doesn't protect him from that much.
Right. Know? You're still gonna take like half your hit points for one good combo, or even more.
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing of... Strive still is a very traditional what do we call it? Anime fighting game in that sense of in 2 touches you are probably going to die.
Yeah. That kind of goes like both ways as far as the pressure goes. Like Gold Lewis has difficulties getting rid of Sol, but Gold Lewis is also very strong on the pressure position. But it's that struggle to get there. If you manage to put Sol in the corner, I mean you're pretty decent. You still have to RPS against like DPs and whatnot, but if you guess right, it can be over on one hit.
Yeah, we have Razas here using the Sejam colors. That Datum Sol. Always love to see it. And Razas is actually it's his first time showing up here on the stream, but you know, one of the first people I actually played on the Portuguese community when I first showed up. So it's nice to see him participating in Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, not only Bounty Hunter's debut, but I think, yeah, like you said, first time ever on a public event.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
that down to the system. Now, give me all of your meter. Unfortunately, you're not holding FT for long enough there, and you're gonna get chipped out.
Ooh, nice. I guess the conversion, yeah, very good.
Yeah, Razas is a very strong individual player, but I do wonder how he's gonna fare with the pressure, obviously, of a live event. And you know, that said, I think this is safe. No, it's not.
So special moves traditionally recover pretty fast, but not time. But ooh, look at that 5k! That 5k just pretty much in any matchup such a good...
With a grab, and now Oki?
Well, that was interesting.
Oh. Yes, with a very promising return. No, Razas getting the first round in. Wow, unfortunately getting 2k into BT.
That round start 2k! KS showing the matchup stuff. I mean, you'd probably played against Sol in the past. Yo, wait, was that a cross-up? Don't tell me that was a cross-up. That was so dirty.
That is a disgusting cross-up, but then again, I am planning to play Testament. I should not be saying these things.
Ooh, that's a really good hit here.
Oof. What a convert. I always love seeing Sol play. I don't like having it used against me, but I do enjoy it. So is this safe? Oh no, it is not. That is going to be the first match for KS.
Another interesting thing that we did notice is that KS just tends to be around like the skill level where like first timers on the screen are coming in, so KS gets to play against a lot of people who do their debut matches. Sort of like gatekeeping.
Yeah, I mean that is what happened to me. So I am a KS victim. But again, I do not think Razas is helpless here, but definitely there's going to be a difference in matchup knowledge. Again, whenever you play anyone who's considered to be more low tier, it's a lot easier to accrue matchup experience against those high tiers than it is to get against, you know, characters like Gold Lewis, like Jacko, Faust, you know?
a little bit of like self-balancing there. Oh, the 5 heavy gets there in time and secures Razas the round. Ooh, there we go, using the 2S from Soul to counter that round start 2K. I forgot what the 2K caught earlier. Was it like 6 far slash?
I couldn't even notice. Again, I do have to think quite a bit about the Soul moves. A lot of the moves where he just swings his sword, where he swings Junkyard Dog, really confuse me. I have to think an extra bit to get it.
Ooh,
I think now
that's gonna be baited.
That's going to have been baited out.
Oh, I like that.
Whoa, a dust combo of it. Oh, KS going for a very late burst. Unfortunately, you kind of have to go for it to not die in that situation.
Yeah, it's
and
like
the air grab callout.
Even if that you know that dust sequence doesn't kill at you, the final hit is gonna reduce you to so little health that the burst that you have available is gonna be majorly a non-issue past that point for the opponent.
Oh, that Bandit Breaker from downtown.
Ooh, nice conversion. Yeah, Razas, I love this. The
pressure.
You better bring your A-level execution as Soul again. And this should be a kill with all that meter available.
Yeah. There you go. Unfortunate Secretary of Defense.
I guess like the ground game probably not in Goldluce's favor, sort of forcing KS to go airborne much more than they'd love to. But look at that again, the revolver just keeps catching KS airborne.
And now forcing the burst out of KS, going for the gold burst of his own. Crossing up? Hello?
I bet Razas didn't even realize that was gonna cross themselves.
Or maybe that's the biggest brain soul tech we haven't seen yet.
Nice! Realizes that was gonna be a kill after that DPKD. You can still get the dash in 6 heavy OTG. And that 6 heavy probably, I think, does nearly 100% damage on OTG.
That is disgusting. I do have to say. There we go. Razas playing the distance game, just using Gunflame. They're really saying, you know, do something to force me to interact.
Gunflame?
And, you know, Chaos replied.
I get it.
There it is. Yeah. And I mean, that is exactly what Razas was trying to avoid. You know, that moment where he tried to go in and got simply a BT in the face. Oh.
I love that. Was able to see during the slowdown that Razas was indeed DPing. It's a good response. Pretty good trade there with that 6 heavy.
Definitely in Soul's favor though. Razas able to go for that that 0 recovery air move.
It was such a classic. Try to get them with the Bandit Revolver to hit.
There you go. Oh no.
Oh, good jump. Oh, here it's
nice.
like, this is pretty much the first time KS gets Razas in this position.
Ooh,
but again,
a trade making the 5k whiff still good, but unfortunately Razas still finding it.
The special moves hitting one by one, both the revolvers and the vortexes, just catching KS when they're trying to go airborne. And like Goldluce doesn't build a lot of, you know, height with their jumps, so very easy to get caught by those special moves.
Oh, that jump in grab, putting Soul in the corner now.
Oh
no.
Oh, that's gonna work though.
Yeah, that is the set. You know, the bar didn't move that much, but that's essentially a lot of damage on Goldluce. Raw Tyrant Grave will hit you very hard. Okay, red RC off of a grab. Unfortunately, throws the enemy a bit too far to continue the combo with 6k. Is that 6k or 5k?
I missed it. I blinked.
Well, it's the move where Goldluce stomps on the ground.
Oh, that's 5k.
It is 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, Razas growing their
With
lead.
another point. Yeah.
I really like
again,
that. earlier again, Razas swinging that vortex as sort of like a whiff punish goes to show how much you gotta be, how precise you have to be on Gold Lewis. If you whiff anything, you're so open to punishment.
Yeah, and Soul, you know, as wide and thick as he also is himself, he goes moves really fast across the screen. And here we have just that, and then you will get a hit for 80% of your health or more.
Finds the low, but not the conversion. We're building meter here though, and a little... Oh, yeah, that's it. Was getting so close to chip kill as well. And, like, what are you gonna do in that situation as Gold Lewis? You can't really press buttons very convincingly, so you gotta try to jump out.
Yeah, Gold Lewis is another character that's very difficult to play from behind, you know. You don't really have, you know, good reversals or very good ways to escape from behind. And here we have that patented soul damage.
And as much as damage, you know, Gold Lewis...
Oh my god, that's 6p.
Ooh, that's a good punish. Yeah, that's gonna be the round. No burst to speak of on KS. And like, it's not like Gold Lewis doesn't do a shit ton of damage either, but it's just, you know, the consistency with which you get those conversions is also on a completely different level when you compare Soul and Gold Lewis. Soul converts very, very comfortably. Alright, burst used here for Razas. Oh, I like that. And
that jumping H. That is what we call ambiguous. Unfortunately, Chaos isn't being able to get a lot of clean hits from which to convert into full combos. Having to settle for lower damage combos on Gold Lewis feels really bad.
Another misinput there, getting a TK Behemoth Typhoon and gets punished. That's definitely what KS wanted. Nice safe jump. Oh, but goes for the close slash too early. This should work out.
This should punish, yeah, but it's still not enough damage. Without that security level, without fully rotating, it's not gonna kill at that range.
Ooh, and a big classic counter hit frame trap 5 heavy. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Just having KS's number in every one of these situations. Oh yeah, he saw that. He saw that. The RC explosion didn't hit anything, meaning you're bursting right now. Alright, a straight hit, but what can we do with that? Cross up.
Oh, Chaos getting a solid hit on full.
Ooh,
punishes that approach. Blocks of Grand Viper, or I forget it's called Vortex Mist.
Yeah, I wanted to say that was almost like felt very lucky for KS to call out that Vortex using that Behemoth Typhoon. It hasn't really been called out very consistently, so Razas can keep swinging. It's honestly just like the first Soul matchup. You can, if it works out consistently enough, you probably should keep using it. Because like all of those hits will convert into so much damage. It's kind of in KS's ball cards to make something of it, to do something about it.
Definitely. and that is the issue, is having to be on the responsive side as Gold Lewis is very difficult.
Alright. Oh my goodness, Razas still swinging very aggressively. Speaking of aggressive...
Oh no, that's already safe. It looked like it could have caught the end of whatever move Razas was using there.
Another good round start, 2S on counter hit. Confirms so comfortably, has to spend the burst here. Oh, I was like, is that gonna cross? Thank God not. Oh, misses with the jump D, unfortunately, and Razas ready to punish with 5k. Ooh, catches the backdash. Into a quick combo.
This is Beatdown City. Population, Soul and Gold Lewis.
Oh, moving to that 6th win, Razas on their debut match here. doesn't seem to be shaking at all. I think Razas might be, you know, a natural, to be honest.
Yeah, he was talking earlier about being nervous, you know, never having participated in a live event, but, you know, this is a very impressive showing for someone who's not used to tournament pressure.
It's kind of like, it requires a certain mindset. You just go there and do the things you've practiced. You don't have to do anything special, just do what you can. And even if you're nervous, your sort of muscle memory will guide you. You will do the things that you do usually. So at that point, you just gotta have practiced a strong muscle memory.
Yeah, again, the more nervous you are, the more you will just be playing on your autopilot. So making sure your autopilot is as strong as possible is the most important thing.
And this is set point now. Last chance for KS to show something, but that's a big counter hit. Oh my god, goes into full conversion. The burst is used. Yo, as soon as that burst was used, straight back into there. And with that tension build penalty, there will be another RC, and this will probably be it. Razas.
Yeah.
Convincing. Another extremely strong Portuguese player.
Another extremely strong Portuguese soul.
Yeah.
The third one we see here, and there are more that haven't shown up to bounty hunters yet.
Is soul for Portuguese people like, you know, Slayer is for Finnish people? Like sort
it
of
seems to be. It seems to be. You know, I think we have like 7 soul players that I know of. Yeah, Shoto Land. Yeah, I mean, it is one of those things where I'm just not sure why this is the case, but there's just a lot of them.
Ooh, nice. Oh. We have Grappletime available. So
we have Grappletime.
So we can go back to the we can go back to the previous matchup. Hells yeah.
Yeah, that copy pasta that just happened is just one of the people trying to paste a meme about Razas and accidentally pasted their homework in, and other people started spamming it. I don't think it was intended to be. It wasn't intended to just be spam. Yeah, it's just programming homework.
That's kind of funny. All right.
It's fine, Libby. I speak Portuguese. It was just it was just someone's homework.
Mankind knew that they cannot change.
But I mean, we've had memes made out of lesser things, so
yeah.
But back to this matchup. So we got
okay,
two
NA
North American players. Grappletime from Maryland. Daisuke's Vision from Arizona. Let's see what the other way around. Wait, am I dumb? No, I got it right.
Oh, nice. Oh, let's see. Hopefully we don't lose a lot to this reroll at the start. A little close range flick action.
Right, inching forward with Mega Fist. A lot of stuff whiffed.
And very patient burst there. But again, Kai6P putting in the work. Fudorak going over Potemkin. That is not something I expected to see.
Ooh, the flick big hitbox still catches the
You know,
Flicking.
flick reflects projectiles, and when you make yourself into a projectile, you are putting yourself in the position to be
That's
flicked
true.
back. The electrified Potemkin, really showing what electrical power is, just walking behind that barrier.
Oh, I love that! Even from that spacing, the forward Mega Fist overcoming the projectile. However, without the 50-meter, yo, that was good reaction there. Lands in front of the Stun Dipper and gets the big Buster Punish. The round was a long time in the making as well. Grappletime was playing extremely patient up until that.
That jumping slash trading.
Ooh, still manages to get
Big
one.
fun. And again, as Kai, you take so much damage if you slip up. Oh no.
Oh wow, was that still a combo or was that a reset?
It seemed like that just caught a backdash. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think after the PRC, Daisuke's Vision tried to backdash and get caught by Potemkin.
I really like this. Very footsie oriented from Grappletime. It's like it's only been like single hits so far, but that goes to show how differently you can kind of play Potemkin in Strive.
Yeah, I mean it's very valuable to be able to realize that, you know, a character like Kai is gonna try to run a more honest game plan. So being able to just respond with your own footsies and play into that and win at that game really will damage someone's ability to play the matchup, because obviously they'll be so used to the one way that people play the character that it'll be very valuable.
Yeah, for sure. Bursting, but oh, the flick! Perfectly timed. Those are really the things that will make or break this matchup, and a lot of other projectile-based matchups. Alright, has to respect the jump slash, already active, now switching the positions. Ooh, minus there on block, but still gets to keep their turn. Daisuke's Vision. One more hit. We'll do it for Potemkin at least. Kai is gonna need probably 1-2.
Still, Kai can potentially get a good hit that closes this round out. But unfortunately, oh no. Well, these players are so respectful.
Tick tock, and gets it once again. Daisuke's Vision throwing the fireball from a little too close for comfort. And Grappletime is ready to react to that. Another 6 heavy, hits it home, one of the hardest hitting normals in the game. Ooh, no punish there on Hammerfall. Ooh, yeah, the forward Mega Fists are also extremely minus, so might be a matchup.
Sometimes it's just a fear factor that makes them safe, but they
Yeah.
are technically unsafe to do.
Especially like against like a big grappler who just, when they get to you, the first thing going through your mind might be, oh shit, I just need to get out. And even if you're like
exactly.
plus enough to punish, you might miss it.
And again, Grappletime is being very considerate about any time going for Hammerfall. You know, you see a lot of Potemkins just wanting to get in to get those grabs in, and Grappletime here is just being able to play a distanced, respectful game.
Once again,
they're going to take a second round.
Getting a close slash at an anti-air there.
Oh, I need a second. I apologize.
No worries. Ooh, with punish opportunity there. I feel like, yeah, again, getting flicked there by Potemkin. I think there is such a thing as playing too respectfully. I feel like sometimes you just sort of have to know where you can swing stuff and swing aggressively, because, you know, Potemkin on a grassroots level, they're even though they're pokes are far-reaching. They're fairly slow on the startup side. So that is one thing that you can definitely take advantage of. Oh, nice. Jumping under the buster. But here comes Grappletime immediately. 100% meter loaded. Managed to get the backdash off, but this is tricky. RC to keep the pressure going. Nice, jumps out, but ooh! Alright, we got the punish. Small one, but the most important thing is to get a punish of some kind. And these two are, I believe, relatively sort of newer players to the game. So we're probably not gonna see like super optimal stuff. But that doesn't matter. Even if you don't have the flashiest combos, you can still have very thought out game plans. Oh, nice. I love that. Against the fireball from Kai, if you go for especially the heavy air fireballs, the angle is very, very far reaching. So you could, on a normal dash characters, you can dash in, go under them, get a punish. Potemkin, Hammerfall break. Here comes Daisuke's vision. Got Potemkin in the corner. 50 meter onto that pressure reset. Oh, but doesn't get to continue. I think they had the electricity there, so the flip kick should have been plus.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
Welcome back. The thing with, if you're trading 1-to-1 on the neutral pokes against Potemkin, I think Potemkin generally comes out victorious in that, you know?
Yeah, you know, it is the unfortunate reality that Potemkin just deals a lot of damage, even with things that aren't busters. And so, you know, trying to trade 1-for-1 is very rarely something that is advantageous to you.
Right. And I feel like because of that reason, Potemkin often tends to be like a very powerful character in a way for rookie class players, because you get a lot of bang for your buck for just pressing one button and hitting it without having to go into like super difficult combos or anything. Ooh, nice. Powering through with the slide head. Armor frames, new thing in Strive. I feel like instead of having a lot of low profile capabilities, it has armor instead.
Yeah, which honestly, it's I think an interesting change. It's good to have, you know, different kinds of tools for different characters. It allows for, you know, a different kind of player to be able to pick their character based on different choices. And oof, that is going to be enough to kill.
Third in a row for Grappletime. Yeah, it's sort of like a. It is definitely a theme for Potemkin to have just, you know, armor moves. He's pretty much the only one in the game who has any armor, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Daisuke's vision was waiting for that, but patient enough to delay the burst enough. Alright, in the corner with a decent life lead. Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta keep up pressure, but be mindful of that back Mega Fist in the corner. It's such a scary tool that you just end up having to respect when you go for your pressure. And you can tell that Daisuke's vision is being mindful of it.
Yeah.
As they're trying to go. Every time they've been on the offense, you know, the sheer respect for this tool has kept them from really going in.
The closer you are to Potemkin, the more susceptible you get to that back Mega Fist. Because it reaches far away, but not too far away. Ooh, powers through. The hammer fall.
And again,
there's so much risk on Daisuke's vision. Oh my goodness.
I think the luck about having this much risk against Potemkin is, you know, Potemkin doesn't do that many combos, so it doesn't get to really make the most out of those those risk hits. But even still, it is a scary idea to get, you know, an extender combo with no scaling on it.
Right. In a situation like this, I guess the most valuable factor is gonna be it's going to counter hit. And a lot of stuff at least will cancel into hammer fall for a small conversion on a counter hit. fireball works as an anti-air. So very even here. Finds the far slash, very nice. Electricity is on.
Yeah.
And again,
Ow.
we're keeping... Oh, nice!
Grappletime in a precarious position, but gets Daisuke's vision in the corner.
Uno punish on the Dipper. Do it again.
Oh,
Daisuke's
will this be
vision.
enough to kill? We don't have an RTL, but again, the respect for the fear of a back Mega Fist.
There it is. Dash forward 6p. Now 6p is kind of decent tool just overall against Potemkin. So a lot of standing pokes from Potemkin are fairly high hitting, which you can go under with 6p. Look at that. Even the Hammerfall. Because I think the funky thing about the 6p is you will sort of touch the armor, but you're low profile enough so that, you know, Hammerfall, the hit strike itself, will not connect with you.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people, earlier in Strive's lifespan, they were saying, talking about how Kai's 6B was this god button, one of if not the best 6B in the game, and that seems to have gone a bit more quiet. I don't know if it's just because Kai isn't a very popular character. Ooh. But yeah, I do wonder why people don't talk about that more, because it's still such a solid button. Sacred Edge gets the electricity on, takes it off with that stun dipper. And again, we were seeing Daisuke's vision get a little bit more comfortable with the matchup. You can tell that there, is not a fast enough flick.
Yeah, and I think you can't flick supers in Strive, right?
I don't know. Honestly, I've not seen enough of Potemkins that flick to really know.
And I think you can't flick supers even on Exert. I really forgot. I would have to ask like Zokis or somebody. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just can't. Ooh, the best burst here. With a life situation technically even, and Grappletime has that meter advantage still, albeit a small one.
Yeah, but
there we go.
Yeah, it's not enough. And again, Daisuke's vision getting a second match in now. Yeah, coming into their own stride.
I like
also,
that.
We have someone in chat confirming that you cannot flick Kai Super.
I like that adjustment from Daisuke's vision. They're changing the trajectories of their fireballs much more now, so that Grappletime couldn't do just that what they just did and just, Mega Fist forward over the projectiles. Not only like mixing the trajectory, but also mixing the timing. The timing is very important.
Or the DP. I mean, is this? I mean, obviously, I had to be out for one of the matches. Is this the first DP out of the Kyle Kisuke we're seeing right now?
Yeah, I think so, and that sort of fits considering how, patiently how, the kind of game plan Daisuke's vision is going in with. They're trying to reduce the risks they take as much as possible, which has been generally and historically been kind of the playstyle you want to try to play with against Potemkin.
Yeah, I mean, generally, if you play very up close, that is obviously where Potemkin wants to be and where you're going to be forced to be the one guessing. So the more you're forcing Potemkin on the defensive and keeping him away where he doesn't have as many tools to contest you.
Yeah, if you run with your layer 1 game plan, it is very tempting to go close, because close up you have your better rewards, but at the same time Potemkin's rewards will also go up, and not only Potemkin's rewards, but opportunities to press their advantage or do something.
Yeah, because a lot of Potemkin's higher range tools are very good tools for getting in, but if you're just maintaining a proper distancing, they're not tools that can actually be used as a long-range contesters. And as we say that, we have forward Mega Fist into the Potemkin Buster, and normal grab to finish it off. I think what we're gonna have to see from Grappletime is a bit more aggressiveness, kind of forcing Daisuke's vision to not be as comfortable. as they're getting in this match, and you can tell that the confidence and comfort has been going up, and the more you let your opponent play in that headspace, the harder it is going to be for you.
Yeah, especially like being able to, you know, get into the groove with that. Oh, here we go.
Well, the Gigantor Kai is going to stop Kai.
And I has to respect that. I don't think there are a lot of characters who can do a lot about that, unless your name is So Bad Guy and you can vortex under the super.
I don't remember if Ino can stroke under it. Ooh, Kai, you're about to take a lot of damage.
Oh, perfect timing once again!
Oh, nice. Not exactly finishing it off. A stun dip or with the RC is going to be enough to kill, equaling out.
Super clutch. Was
Equaling
really
out the scores now.
Yeah, really close to crapping that one Grappletime, but perfectly placed stun dipper does the job. Yo, the clash there!
Oh my god!
I love that respawn straight into the Buster.
Oh no, you are on the -19 zone. Finding the gap to start applying some pressure.
Damn, it doesn't even have to be like a forward or like a fireball. You can also skip past some of those far slashes with your forward Mega Fist. It has a lot of small, like, quotations, chip potential. Oh, that was actually a punish! Interesting.
Oh. Interesting.
I mean, as long as you get some sort of a punish, the problem, or one big problem for Daisuke's vision has been so far is punishing these. Yeah, again, opting to just back off the situation where you could potentially take like at least like 2k, 2D, get a knockdown and a little bit of something.
These Mega Fists, unfortunately crossing up, are proving to be a problem for Grappletime, you know?
Ooh, a little late on the cancel. Still has 50% meter to bail themselves out. Nice, well placed. Ooh, again, oh, that was so close!
Once again, going a little bit too far forward. Daisuke's vision taking another round?
Yeah, another thing that Daisuke's vision has been getting away with is when there is no electricity applied, if you go for the flip kick, it's gonna be fairly minus, so even if Potemkin has pretty slow buttons, I feel like you might have some buttons to at least RPS in that situation. Of course, when the electricity is applied, you're so minus afterwards that you'll kind of have to hold what Kai has in store for you. Oh, nice! I like this sort of dynamic. Once Daisuke's vision has Grappletime in the corner, they will unleash that full combo and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and Kai is a character that can, you know, deceptively have a lot of stalls to him when the right situation is presented. You know, you don't always see it. A lot of the time you will see a very layer 1 basic gameplays off of Kai players, but sometimes you get to see really amazing stuff on him. Ooh.
Nice, confirmed.
That slight head still on the airborne Kai will be enough for a punish to be had.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
Really showing that adjustment, that evolution they've made here on the screen, Daisuke's vision, they're just, you know, finding their comfort zone more and more. As the time has passed, the momentum has been switching to the Kai's favor.
And Fudora beating the Mega Fist in the air. Oh no, I do not think that was intended.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's one of the more comfortable ways of punishing Mega Fist. Just let it whiff, don't challenge, and sort of press a button on the ground. Of course, it's kind of... it's not very likely to whiff if it's fired from a, say, like, decent distance. There we go, once again. Has the 50 meter, makes the RC conversion, sees the kill. Man, Daisuke's vision is moving with purpose.
Yeah, There's definitely been a download here, and unless Grappletime is able to adjust back and get some more momentum, I think that this is a very precarious position for them to be in.
And what I really appreciate here is that Daisuke's Vision has a game plan that they're executing very methodically. Even though it's not like a super complex one, I feel like they're like not making any unnecessary movements. They're doing the stuff that they were planning to do, the stuff that they were planning to go in with, and they're just doing it. They're following it by the book.
Which is a very Kai thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. Again,
just opting to block it? Yeah, just letting it happen.
I wonder...
Punishing the whiffed grab.
There are some considerations to sort of just block that instead of running away, because if you back away, you're gonna lose tension, a little bit of tension pulls and bring yourself closer to the negative penalty. But if you just stand there and take it, you will let Potemkin get to you, but at least you get to keep that tension pulse.
Oh.
Well, unfortunately, probably players hitting the right button a little too fast, or I mean, it could just be your common lobby issue.
Classic Strive lobby moments.
No worries, we'll bounce the players back as the game ends. Yeah, even though some of those hammerfalls have gone unpunished, it's still, I guess it's not the biggest of deals if you manage to back out of that situation and establish the zoning again safely. You do leave some value on the table, and you definitely can. All characters in the game can punish that. There is no doubt about it. But I guess if it's too much, if it like at this point, at this level of play, if that messes too much with your decision making, then you will do all the adjustment that you need to keep your game plan together. And if your game plan at that point requires you to back out of that potential guaranteed punish, so be it.
Yeah. And I think a big thing is that, again, Kai has a lot of those guaranteed punishes, and Potemkin's a lot more dependent on being kind of at the right place to utilize the right tools, especially if you want to get any significant amount of damage in. And that makes this matchup very difficult, especially considering Kai is such a character that is a lot more okay with just playing it cool, taking it easy for a while.
Very even here.
We're seeing quite long matches as well, which is kind of an oddity for Strive.
Yeah, I guess if you don't have the optimal combos on board, then Strive is just another, footsie fighting game, huh?
Yeah. That is the unfortunate reality of these matches, is that you don't always get the ability to do the really optimal damage. And here we're seeing actually Grappletime taking another round. It would have been nice to be able to see, what adjustments led to Grappeletime's win here. But unfortunately, we're gonna just have to hope they make it into the next match. Thank you, Strive Lobby.
One day.
Testament will heal everything.
Yeah. I mean, they're planning on doing a lot of, sort of system level changes, like the crossplay and everything. Maybe they will pay a little bit of attention and fix some of the lobby and cabinet issues we've been having as well. Who knows?
Fingers crossed. I do like the lobbies thematically, but it's very it's very difficult to deal with a lot of the time.
All right, back into it. I hope I didn't throw the players off by bouncing them back into the lobby. All right, 5-4. Kai advantage here. Not too big of a lead. Anything can still happen.
Yeah, this is we've seen greater comebacks happen, and so this is definitely something still that can still happen properly.
And it is Potemkin, so technically, like one little oopsie. If Grappletime manages to, yeah, just like that, inch themselves close enough, that one Buster is worth a very strong BMB's worth of damage.
I am noticing a distinct lack of the meaty Garudas being used, which I think would be a very good win condition right now for Grappletime.
Yeah, for sure.
I think forcing Kai into a very uncomfortable defensive position the moment you get your first knockdown.
Oh, as soon as you say it.
I say that. Maybe they're listening in.
It could also just be that they, like, Grappletime hasn't been able to land like a lot of clean hard knockdowns. But when the opportunity presents itself, definitely has it in them. Just like Daisuke's vision, they've seen that even though at this mid-screen spacing, they don't really do a lot of fancy combos, but when we're in this position, when we're in the corner, we know that they have the potential to go for a fairly, not necessarily optimal one, but close to optimal combos.
Hold on. The empty jump going for the Potemkin Buster there. I respect it.
Daisuke's vision is hunting for that burst so hard. They've been baiting for a couple of sequences now. Oh, the second hit doesn't have time to come out. There we go. There we go, third time's the charm. Finally gets the burst out of Grappletime.
And just in time to take this into a third round. Which
that's a lot.
I was about to say,
damage.
Daisuke's vision starting at a very advantageous position, but losing 40% round start, not necessarily what you want to see. Both of the players whiffing grabs on one another.
Yes, the back Mega Fist came a little close, too close to the sun. A couple of really good combos to back that up, evening out the life situation.
Going in with a positive bonus now. I still want to see a Heavenly here. That's always what you're trying to see from Potemkin playing. It's always the hype little moment, but
oh
no
no conversion. This is dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, and Daisuke's vision going into 6 rounds or 6 games in fact.
Mankind knew. Duel 1.
Because air fireballs have been working out pretty well, because one of the most common ways for Grappletime to inch themselves in is to go for the forward Mega Fist or jumps, and depending on your angle, your downward air fireball should sort of cover it. I think really interesting change for Potemkin was the ability to hold the flick to sort of charge, and that makes flicking fireballs much easier if you don't have that, split-second perfect reaction time to flick on reaction.
Even with the reaction time, it makes it easier to, even if you go a little bit earlier, you have the option to hold it a bit and just make sure that you get the right timing.
Yeah.
I think it's just a positively good change, allowing for a nice little bit of mechanical, twitch reaction skill to shine through is good.
Damn, again, that 6B against that armor of Hammerfall worked out for the previous combo really well. Finds the hit, RC. Oh, doesn't even need it.
Ooh. That sword just does swing very widely.
And Daisuke's vision moving on to the set point, who doesn't manage the Gatling properly onto the ground. Getting punished, but not faced at all. We're executing the plan. Still sitting in a very comfortable position.
And Grappletime now being the one to zone out Daisuke's vision, but getting themselves into the corner will get comboed. Avoiding the air grab now. Will be able to vortex into the corner. Oh.
That Grappletime, very little health left to spare. And this is set point for Daisuke's vision. Oh, very decent combo. What's it gonna be? Jumps out of the buster, and that's gonna be the set. The stun dipper. Inches themselves in there, getting the hit. Very methodical matchup. I really like to see, for a change, like a little lesser, what's the word I'm looking for? Lower pace match, I suppose. It's fun to watch a couple of these once in a while as well. Daisuke's vision taking it 7-4. Really good showing from Grappletime though. They did their best. Had a couple of pretty decent opportunities, was really back and forth. Started very strong, but the adjustment that Daisuke's vision was able to make somewhere in that between really swung the momentum in their favor. Alright, let's see. Next up, so we're not gonna have the initially planned Havichu versus the Vigilante matchup. We're instead gonna be playing AgguBaggu versus the Vigilante.
I was actually really excited. You know, there's always that that good amount of, I want to say, healthy rivalry between, you know, Spain and Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate that we're not getting that today. However, you know, it's still going to be good. Aggu, such a really strong player, and I think Vigilante also has what it takes to take him out for a spin. So this will be a good match, definitely.
I still love seeing Baiken matches. I could still watch a full 7 matches of Baiken for sure. It is the newest, shiniest DLC character. And there's still so much, I feel like there's so much for the players to sort of showcase when it comes to Baiken. And I want to see more of it.
The lobby's already back on rematch, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let me check. Yep, it's on rematch.
Vigilante, unfortunately, doesn't have the greatest computer, so having to reload every match can really add a lot of time to instead.
Oh, I get it. Now I get it.
Yeah, also, Vigilante, if you hate the Eagle that much, install the Thomas the Tank Engine mod.
But shout out to, you know, having enough love for the game to still, you know, endure all the things that come with, you know, not having the greatest PC out there. Sometimes you just tend to forget that people don't necessarily have the most gamer of machines when you're used to having the shiniest toys for such a long time.
Yeah.
All right, and here we go. Aggu from Poland, piloting the Baiken, the Vigilante from Portugal, piloting the Portuguese favorite character.
Our own local Soul. Soul might just be Portuguese, you know?
In lore?
Yeah, you know, I think at this point it should be canon.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, we're starting this match to AgguBaggu putting Vigilante in the blender in a corner. Oh.
Going for that.
These really high double jumps to avoid the air grab. You know, Vigilante really making the most out of having all that meter from the gold burst to get out of the corner, get Aggu back into the corner and apply a lot of pressure. Oh,
Right, opting to take
going
that.
to do a lot of damage.
I think his super might have killed there, but one of those things, high pace of the match might have just, you know, not been exactly on the same page on that wall break, and now Aggu does have an opportunity to bring it back, and does!
But again, what an explosive first round. Both of these players getting each other in such precarious positions.
Oh, nice. It's such a classic scene that air tatami actually defending your airspace is...
The 6B on the Fafnir.
Oh my god, where does that hit? The new Yozan sends such a crazy hitbox.
And
Nice.
Vigilante, under pressure is where he plays the best. And I think now we're just seeing that into play. As soon as he gets to low health, he gets activated. Starts putting AgguBaggu in the corner, but unfortunately, a Bandit Breaker doesn't hit enough.
Yeah, I was probably looking
Gets
for...
thrown into the corner.
Damn. I think... Was probably looking for Aggu to extend themselves into the BP, but Aggu just didn't flinch, just very careful, waiting for that whiff punish on the ground. And opening it up. 1-0. Ooh, interesting. This time, Aggu very ready. Ooh, I wonder if they...
I think that was just supposed to be a regular cross-up tatami setup, but unfortunately, not quite enough to... not... Sorry, I'm messing myself up. Crosses up a bit too much, and still enough.
The situations where you get to attach the tether, for example, after a throw, initially it's obviously Baiken's favor because you're the one who gets the mix-up first, but after, if the opponent manages to clear that mix-up and gets an opportunity to hit back with, you know, a custom combo of their own on the tether, that's very scary.
Testing the...
Oh, nice!
Oh.
The gun as an anti-air. Well, the trade works out. But usually that trade against BP not favorable, or definitely very favorable for Soul, but that time Vigilante just didn't have enough lives to spare, unfortunately.
That's just the way. Sometimes when you know it's dangerous to go for something, but you know, if it works out it kills, then it's a good calculated risk to take.
Yeah, you have to weigh the risk reward. That's what I honestly do as well. I'm gonna mash way more if you have one hit point left, because my 2P is gonna be basically win the match infinite reward.
Oh, what just happened there?
Wow. Oh, backlashing out of that tatami mat.
I think that was thrown in vulnerability on Wild Throw, but the throw in vulnerability of Wake Up Frames.
Nice recognition.
Trading together.
Oh, this is gonna go through, I think. Yeah, and the flames will dissipate after that first hit.
That kills from that range. Such a damaging super.
That's a very lovely super. I think that's a good change. Yozan, or sorry, not Yozan, Sanzu used to not be the most damaging super in Exert for sure. Oh, look at that, just putting the footsies in the footsies, or not really footsies, but the pressure game.
Again, Baiken opting to play in the air.
Wow.
Such a favorable place for her to be in.
Using that
All
jump
those
D,
good air normals.
using that jump D, very interesting way to sort of delay your momentum, because you do recover out of it and can perform another air move afterwards. But now, here comes Vigilante. Very nice burst bait, and gets the hit. That should be it.
That kills. Wow. See, this is what I mean. You know, Vigilante on low health is just activates himself and plays so solidly.
You know, sometimes when you're in that awkward situation or scary situation, it can be fight or flight, and if you choose fight, then I feel like you get empowered just go in with your wild options and you know, be menacing.
Yeah, a very solid player that doesn't let pressure get to him. Again, getting himself on the board, but you know, not like he's behind by much.
Yeah.
It could easily be swung in his favor now.
Ooh, very patient there, waiting for the Yozan and getting punished.
Oh, the burst safe hit on the Gunflame. That far slash hitting from really far away.
I can't believe how far it actually hits. It's like coming from Exert, that far slash from Baiken didn't used to hit very much anything. And now it just does everything instead.
Also, what a round. We have to appreciate how the Vigilante just took control of that round now.
Yeah, it sort of seems like momentum has switched big time. Look at that. Backdash shimmy into... Ooh, a little too early there, I think.
With Wild Throw, it does not get punished, and now Super Wall Break is going to do not only a ton of damage, but get a really favorable wicked position for Vigilante.
Wow!
Again, that double throw invulnerability.
And just like that, that's been like, what, 40 seconds? And we're from 0-2 to 2-2. This is where it starts. The adjustment, the counter adjustment. How is it gonna do that?
This is where the real gameplay begins. You know, both of these players are really strong. Oh,
ooh.
Again, the new parry tech.
I haven't actually seen AgguBaggu use the reversal parry very much in the past.
I think that's the really important thing, is identifying when it's a good option to use. Also, Vigilante getting out of really sticky situation and into a favorable pressure, but AgguBaggu pulling it up with a grab.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, I was about to say, both of these players are extremely strong and are going to be, you know, very much able to adjust to each other's tendencies.
Ooh, reads the DP. DP is throwable in this game. Oh, nice.
Ooh, that blue RC getting just the time.
Nice. Okay. Don't even need the dash when you got Vortex. Very nice.
Yeah. And now, again, Vigilante opting to go for Gunflame pressure there to avoid the parry in that round end situation. Getting parried twice within 2 rounds will make you change up how you play. And it's just a case of making sure that that change up is a positive one.
So the throw option select, the PRC coming out on whiff. Or on hit.
And now we have both players with burst, both players with meter to spare.
Oh, just barely missing.
What are they going to do with it? Oh, the air grab! Very solid option to get a round win there.
Alright, AgguBaggu taking the lead once again. Yeah, look at that, the far slash, it just hits so far. I am not used to Baiken having a tool like that.
Yeah, Baiken has some pretty long-reaching moves in this game, so I feel like it just makes sense.
I mean, you've always had the 2S, which does reach very far, and like 2 heavy, which goes very far, but they're a little different kind of buttons. Yeah, can't avoid there.
Solid air grab. JH.
Nice, gets us the backdash. Not a huge conversion, but we're pressuring. Ooh, the follow-up of Kabari.
Both players on very low health.
Next hit. Oh, manages to get. Too heavy in.
Vigilante unfortunately didn't have a lot of resources to get out of the corner situation there, but is going into this round with burst available, so there's a lot that can be done here. Yeah, again, already getting used up, but, you know, very good position, very favorable.
Went for the heart bait there on burst, but
That's so much damage.
Tyrant Rave. Yeah, speaking of supers that do damage, Baiken's not the only one.
Damn.
And I think like
Tyrant Rave.
why Soul tends to do a lot of damage oftentimes is Soul builds a lot of risk very easily.
Yeah. Especially with, you know, forcing your opponent to keep up in long pressure strings will just generally get you in very risky scenarios.
Oh, here we go.
Identifying the danger and being able to exit the rope situation. Now, if this doesn't kill, Vigilante has bar of meter, and
Nice, using the 50 to switch positions. Oh, okay.
oh, the
that's
Yuzansen trading?
God, the Yosanzen hitting from behind is such a nice feature, but Aggu finds the legs. Sorry, Vigilante finds the legs.
And again, back to a 3-3 position.
Going neck to neck. Oh boy.
Where is Aggu from?
Poland.
Oh. Actually wasn't sure.
Nice, gets out of the BB range. Oh, really good 6B. Players looking for those whiff punishes, neither one landing a good one. Here's a good one. Ooh, speaking of a good one.
Oh, and the Tyrant Rave and the combo, you know. You don't come out of that looking healthy.
Alright, very respectful, bursting super early there, even though next hit would kill for the Vigilante. Speaking of, yep. Might as well spend the 50, get the hit comfortably. And like,
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the round, you're like, you might as well burn the RC on your last conversion.
Exactly. It's what we were saying earlier. If it guarantees the kill, it's definitely worth it, you know?
And-
Minimizing the risks of unfortunate issues of any drops,
Yeah.
always great.
And sometimes, you know, you might not have the time to check their burst situation, so doing the RC for your last or second last hit, for example, could just end up accidentally baiting a burst.
The unfortunate misinput there, getting the wild throw instead of the bandit revolver, costing the round.
Oh, what a whiff punish. Another one. Unfortunately, at that
Getting
range,
a
if you
trade?
don't counter hit, you don't get a super comfortable conversion as Baiken. Here we go, spend it.
Also dropping. At least now it's even on the drops, but it seems that Aggu is going to be able to get a setup off of it regardless.
Damn, finds a DP.
And Vigilante respecting the burst, getting it up now, and
There we
getting
go.
punished on the 6B.
I love that finishing gambit. Faking the instant air, or faking a jump in, and waiting then to twitch, and then the gun. Bam! If you press a button, that's a full raw unscaled super. And even if they block it, like the air gun is minus, but it's not punishable, so it's okay still. Ooh, nice. That was actually such a good hit that the Vigilante went in a little too hard.
Oh, that jumping slash, getting the hit. Very unfortunate. Oh, this trade. Oh, and again, being favorable for Vigilante because of that very fast 5K.
Nice punishing the
Another
parry.
grab.
Oh, but
Oh, no.
oh, too far away.
Oh,
It had a limited range.
in a rope situation, having something be too far away, that doesn't feel real.
Yeah. I guess it's like you can momentarily pull yourself away, and then the physics will pull you back in very fast. So might have needed to just delay just a little bit more. Oh, that wall sticks. Okay.
Whoa. Yeah, there was a magnet on that wall. and Viken is carrying a lot of metal.
Wow, I'm surprised that Aggu didn't burst that. Oh, actually, never mind, because Aggu is leading.
If you had the bar to do the super as well, that's a very relatively safe option.
Alright, there we go. That's a little more...
The New York burst?
The New York burst? I've got
Really, that just sends the message of, I know I win this. But unfortunately, you don't. And now Aggu's gonna have to deal with this last round not having burst. And the Vigilante still able to get it.
You can text that, like, I win, but like, sometimes you just don't.
It's a very confident play to do, and fortunately, if it doesn't pay off, it's a very bad look. But Aggu, you know, staying behind their decisions and getting a really solid round start and dealing so much damage already, forcing the Vigilante to play from behind, getting the grab, and with the RC, that is... Oh no, the drop?
I think was going probably on like a tether specific combo, but dropped it.
That is sketchy, and the chip will kill. That was so scary from both sides.
Yeah, Aggu had some pretty good reads there. That air dash in should have sealed the deal, but I think hit the button a little too early and missed the air dash hit. Alright, Aggu building decent amount of momentum here, 5-3.
Yeah, but again, we've seen the Vigilante perform really well under pressure. I don't think we can count him out just yet, or ever, really.
Case in point, ooh!
And there we go, forcing the burst out of Aggu.
Wow!
And getting that close slap.
That's... Seeing that IB my ooh!
Once again!
Wait, what did Vigilante use there? Was that a...
That was a grab. I think both players whiffed.
Yeah,
whiffed throws.
Yeah. And I think Aggu played a parry there, but the Vigilante tried to throw too early. Right. Very nice.
Okay.
Next hit is gonna
getting
kill.
this burst very late. Oh, getting the grab.
Staying on top of it. Despite the slowed down frames, Aggu very aggressive, ready to play. And hard knockdown here. We're gonna have positive bonus, so Aggu could potentially look at... Oh yeah, just DP. Speaking of who have the meter, Vigilante with that 50% in the tank. It's completely fine just firing the DP. If it's blocked, we get the RC, we get the keep on pressuring. And in that situation, you can't really respect too easily either, because if Aggu gets the block string going, and with that, you know, positive bonus in the background, you're potentially gonna have to block for a long time, because they get access to multiple RCs afterwards.
Oh. A lot of rope pressure going on here from Aggu.
Uh-oh.
Will that hit? That does still get the punish. So that's going to break the wall from this distance. Now Vigilante in a very difficult position, but does wake up DP with RC, as you were saying. And now the wild throw.
Oh, again!
Oh no!
Again! That's been such an MVP in this game for Aggu. What is that, 4th or 5th time they get the round like that?
Yeah, and you know, last time Aggu was here, also the case of that gun super was just doing so much work.
Ooh, that's a good conversion.
Whoa. Doesn't get the wall stick just yet, but gets a good Oki conversion. Will get the frame trap on the 6K.
Uh-oh, 6K.
Breaking the wall.
Oh, this time a little too close. Nice. Vigilante was ready for that follow-up out of the Kabari. So you see people 6P'ing that Kabari, but I guess in case of Soul, you could still use 5K as well. Wow! Oh!
And then jumping slash.
I can't believe it. In that kind of situation, I've seen Soul Vortex actually do the anti-air very consistently, but I guess the jump slash from bike and hitting very, very deep, even if it doesn't have any disjoint or anything, you just, you know, the hurt box of the vortex is not very protected either, as long as you reach there. Now Akku knocking on the 7 width doors. Nokku. Okay, okay. Anyway, this conversion should kill.
Yeah. With full meter, 2 RCs, close to the wall. There's a lot of reasons for that to kill. Again, Vigilante now cannot afford to lose a round, but already applying such strong pressure. Again,
oh no! Missed it!
The whip DP.
Tried to go for a very optimal punish.
Once again, that jumping slash. Another MVP of Viking Skid.
Oh, I wonder.
Vortex PRC?
Ping pong. Oh, that hitting hitbox of Yozan once again, but Vigilante not phased. Here they come. Potentially one hit. There it is.
And there we go.
Still alive.
And that's Vigilante showing us, you know, the Cristiano Ronaldo combo, just 5k into 5k on both sides. Truly the Portuguese way.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Potentially, yeah, it's... Oh, doesn't quite get the custom feather combo. Yeah, none of this, says Vigilante. 5k takes care of the cross-ups.
Has 50 meter, which is a very good amount to be on, considering how many conversions you can get. Case in point, you are going into the corner.
Oh, try to...
Now
yeah.
you are going into a next round, into the next match.
I love that read from Vigilante, because in that same situation, Aggu has been playing the throw so many times already, and Vigilante kind of remembered it. This time they were like, all right, you've been throwing me like, what, 2 or 3 times now in this exactly same scenario. I'll just, you know, bait it, jump, and get a very comfortable punish. I love it when players remember the RPS options that happened like, I don't know, half an hour ago, 20 minutes ago. Bear miss. Oh, this is dangerous position. Oh, yo!
Oh my
jump
god,
D.
3 jump dusts!
Triple D. Gee, Aggu, how does your mom let you have 3 jump Ds? Oh, that's gonna punish though.
That is going to punish, and that's going to be a lot of damage still. But still, Vigilante with plenty of health to spare. More than enough to be taking this round.
It's looking like very much like last week.
Vigilante. Yeah, Vigilante really wants to go into the 6-6 here.
Making the run for
One
it.
round away from just equaling out the scores once again.
Oh, okay.
Going a bit too far forward. Just have to do the big blocks. Unfortunately, gets the hit with the cabaret follow-up.
Ooh, that was good. The 6P was very plus there. Perfectly spaced. Opted to DP out. Ooh, I think...
This is
Vigilante.
safe, I think.
Oh, no! Yeah, they must have committed to a button.
I think this just goes into the next round.
Yeah, luckily Vigilante can still afford to drop this, but not the next one. This is again set point for Aggu.
This is a very deciding round. You just have to see the presence of mind that Vigilante is going to bring here. We've shown that he plays under pressure, but is this going to be it?
And those jump Ds that Aggu has been playing, very reminiscent of like Slayer jump 2K. It's just delaying your momentum, delaying. When are you gonna hit that anti-air?
Oh, that Fafnir, unfortunately not getting the plus frames off.
Oh, wow.
The cabaret cross-up.
Oh, that might be big. Aggu doesn't have the meter though.
Can that kill? It doesn't. Oh, the trade once again, but this time it's not enough to kill. Aggu going for the JH, trying to catch Vigilante committing to something, but Vigilante respects it.
Oh no! 6 heavy! was punished.
Very good showing from the Vigilante once again. Unfortunately, just a little short.
Being a very, very fearsome challenger. Staying on Aggu's tail for the whole duration of the set. And making it extremely interesting. And the Vigilante is definitely like one of my favorite players to watch as of recent. All of their games just seem to be so even and so action-packed. But that'll be that.
That was an intense match. I'm feeling the heat, you know? That was really well played.
Speaking of heat, look who's here again. Another Finnish mirror. We got Jalis, the current Grand Champion of Install 2021, facing off against Rygand. A name that a lot of you will know and love. An active streamer as well as commentator in these bounty hunter events.
Yeah, last week earned the title of best May in Finland, and rocking that #1 May badge. So that's a lot of clout for Jalis to be put up against. But you know, clearly they have the sorry, the word is missing in English. You know, they have the ability to show a lot of good matches, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I was a little surprised that Rygand actually took it over Zing Mei last week, but that really goes to show how much Rygand has been putting effort into the game. And another thing, these two guys have played at the start of, Strive release, which I think ended up in Jalis's favor, but at this point, it's been honestly so long since that happened that these guys have just evolved over and over again. They're not the same players anymore, so this is a good time for a rematch. Yo!
The gold burst into the blood pop.
Is that you, Jalis? That's such a Jalis Naga start for the set.
Who said Nago dies if you pop? Oh, there's the 5H. Yeah, Rygand not wanting to be shown up. Starting to put up the pressure, but Jalis, solid 6p call out on a Dolphin.
Yeah, no longer a meme against those Dolphins. But now here comes Rygand, big damage. The wall kind of saving Jalis for now. No heart knockdown either, so Jalis has very nice amount of meter here to spend. And to explode on moment's notice, unless it's Rygand who's gonna explode before you. Bam!
May damage never ceases to amaze, and amaze.
Amaze. But it's even, because I mean, it's not that Nago has very low damage capabilities either.
Oh yes. And especially when you play such an aggressive game, getting yourself up on those blood levels, you can just destroy something. Oh, that burst in the corner. I don't know if it was meant to be a gold burst like the previous one. The reversal super.
And I know that Rygand has been actually grinding this matchup out quite a bit. I know it's not one of their favorites, but they've been just duking it out during the whole week with shady Nagoriyuki. So definitely very prepared for this bout here. Rygand still
now, Rygand in the advantageous position. That meter, yeah. Usually enough to kill, and it definitely was.
You better believe if Rygand has a lot of meter to spend, that 3k has a decent chance of coming out. Especially, I feel like against 5 heavies from Nago, especially on high blood, when there's not a whole lot of stuff you can do to challenge. You can try to sort of, slide under with 3k, and if you have the meter, then bim bam, you have a good conversion on the board. Speaking of the big 5 heavy. Ooh, the Gatling didn't quite work out for Jalis. And here we go. Mixing it up. Are we gonna burst? No, sir.
I do wonder if at this point you don't just fight this round out and play whatever round comes up next with burst available, since, you know, Rygand's unlikely to have it at the start of the next round.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is he gonna burst? Yeah, it would have been too risky for sure.
It would have been hype for us watching the game, but it is clearly not the correct choice, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it's objectively not the best choice, but Jalis did display that they were willing to still make that burst after they've popped, so I wouldn't put it past Jalis to go for very crazy plays. And that's like what's making this so exciting to watch for me. I know Jalis is capable of anything. It's like playing with an axe murderer. It's like you have no idea what the hell they're gonna do. They might do anything.
What are you accusing Jalis of doing?
I'm simply saying that it's extremely scary, and players who display this caliber of, you know, what do you call it? Not being exploitable, not being
that risk buildup is insane, but unfortunately, popping there right now isn't the best, because you can't really capitalize on the amount of risk you've just.
What a whiff punish there! 6 heavy against the slide. Knew that the slide was gonna miss.
Getting the burst out with a super jump. How does Nago move like that? And then unfortunately for Jalis, Rygand takes it, making it 2-0.
It's very favorable that, like, I'm glad that Mace 2 heavy hits also from behind there, because Jalis went a little too far with that super jump. I think generally this matchup not considered as one of May's favorites, but so far Rygand is doing very good, and that's, I mean, coming in prepared really shows. Jalis finding a really good 6B here. Oh, good challenge. Unfortunately not able to convert out of the situation. Bang. Ouch.
Ooh. Again, Jalis with the explosive Nagoriyuki damage, really showing Rygand that he's not the only one in this matchup that can dish it out.
Oh, that was very close to popping, but I guess that's sort of a set scenario when you get that 5k round start. Jalis should know exactly the amount of blood that's gonna spend. Oh, good blocks from Rygand.
Now he's
uh-oh.
going to pop.
Rygand missing the throw. It's okay, we're still in this. Both players. Are they gonna pop again? Yo, Jalis is so close. The plot pressure. Tum, 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 tum. Yo, how is he so close? That's literally one plot away from popping. Rygand finding the jump D. Very rare air-to-air button for May. But works out.
Oof. And Jalis just escaping that purple RC, but unfortunately...
I swear, has Jalis lost like half the round so far to the Blood Rage pop?
It does seem to be the way it goes for Nago. You go out on your own terms, for better or for worse, whether you want it or not. And now, Rygand's in at max risk. That's a lot of damage.
Alright.
Trading with the jump dust.
Oh, the Abare Dolphin. Jalis does have a burst here, but this is very hard to burst. Yeah, I think there was no burst.
Jalis is about to pop.
Oh.
Rygand aware of that, going for the punish, but unfortunately doesn't seem to be able to connect it. Oh no, now we have 2 full bars of butter.
Uh-oh.
And a baited burst.
Oh my god, they're throwing everything at each other. The bursts, the RCs.
I guess when you're one interaction off of finishing the match, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, for sure. Especially since YRC is such a powerful mechanic, you might as well, if you're already in a block string. Oh, nice! Able to maneuver past that too heavy. And again, the empty throw, working out for Rygand, scoring. Pretty decent wall break. And again, this is extremely burst safe. But Jalis somehow finds a good space, good place to burst. Uh-oh, don't tell me they're gonna pop.
Rygand is just waiting out for the pop. Yeah, I think the awareness in the matchup. No, Jalis is just allowing themselves to use the blood moves so much that Rygand is just being able to be patient and saying, you know, if you're going to be using that much blood, I'm just going to wait you out and then get you on the punish.
Yeah, honestly, I think that might sort of be. I would expect Rygand to be much more active also on defense, so I can kind of see why Jalis is doing it, but
now unfortunately gets hit by the pop. But again, just waiting it out, just being allowing the blood rage to be a combo in itself. The good thing is, when you're playing Mei, if your opponent is dropping themselves that low on health, you're going to be able to finish it off.
Oh, nice snipe there. RC, oh, still doesn't get you out of there.
There's Jalis.
Now
Getting a good call out.
Eternal question, will it kill? I think it doesn't. Yeah, Mei just too sturdy here.
Mei can hold, 5,000 tons of an anchor. She can take a few hits from a katana.
I'm so proud of my boy Rygand here. This is like one of the most patient and smartest plays I've seen from Rygand ever play, to be honest. Rygand just become this methodical machine. Yeah, instead of forcing the situation, just sort of biding their time, bobbing and weaving. Yo, was that a weave punish with the heavy dolphin?
Oh no, Nago!
How often do you see that? I've never seen a whiff punish like that before.
That just goes to show the patience that Rygand is showing here, Keeping that charge, being ready to release whenever, being attentive to what the opponent is doing, and now Jalis again, really high on that blood, and Rygand is just allowing themselves to be patient.
Rygand has so much meter. What are we gonna do?
Yeah. Thankfully, Jalis is able to find the kill in the pressure, getting themselves on the board now. But again, Rygand proving to be very patient in this matchup, and that seems to be what you need.
The important adjustment for Jalis was definitely to not go for the pop there immediately. Like, you notice as soon as they were able to manage their plot properly, they got the W, so that's a good start for Jalis, for sure. Very high on blood, the 5 heavy is on the table. Ooh, 6 speed breaks the ball. Rygand has so much risk queued. Important hit to score. Again, the
vertical dolphin. As a call out, just again allowing Jalis to pop and just going for it.
Jalis, no!
The awareness is insane.
I wonder what
you have the classic Nago round start damage. Oh my lord, that's a lot.
I guess one of the downsides is I think Jalis is doing like an extra special move or something in there, because they're going very close to popping there, but they're also dealing a little bit of extra damage compared to the usual sequence you play from 5k as Nagoryuki. Of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I think there's like an extra clone or something in there.
I'm obviously not super aware of the exacts of what the typical sequence is for Nago, but it does seem to be that Jalis is just very liberal with their use of those blood moves. And when it works out, it pays off very big, but unfortunately, Rygand's level of patience has really challenged that approach, and I think Jalis needs to slightly adjust to get more wins in. But they do seem to be... Oh no.
Yeah,
That is death. Yeah, I was about to say, Jalis has shown to do a slight adjustment, getting a lot more hits, a lot more damage in these pressure sequences, but it was unfortunately still not enough.
I think that was extremely smart for how Rygand played that last RPS situation. They were kinda aware that Jalis was gonna pop, I presume, so they will play any and every option that prevents Jalis from getting the bite. Even if you get hit, that's fine, because you're gonna pop as a result. Like, decision making like that is extremely important against Nago. Sometimes you might have to burst in places where you don't really burst against a lot of damage, just to sort of force them to pop, or play RPS options that will force them to pop.
Yeah. Here we have Jalis forced the block to be waiting for their blood levels to go down, and Rygand taking this opportunity to go on the offensive. But now Jalis has a lot of resources to work with. What will we see?
Yeah, throwing everything at Rygand.
We're like nearly popping. Oh no!
Very nice snipe from Rygand. Gets over the 5 heavy. The 5 jump PPB doesn't quite do
and
enough.
The pop.
Wait, when did Jalis accumulate that blood?
Was there a Fukyo there?
There must have been some sort of Fukyo, some there that we missed. Alright, nice read once again. Rygand is so on top of it.
Oh no. Those bursts against Mei. You really need to know when to do it.
But I think in Mei's case, when to not do it, because I think a lot of positions are just not burstable.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, though, unburstable
yeah,
positions.
Exactly.
Oh, it's gonna pop.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh? Well, it's not certain death.
Ooh.
It really isn't certain death.
Nice. Yeah, especially after popping, even if you're left with 0 hit points, you still empty the tanks, or rather, if you want to think about it like that, fill your tanks. Oh, that's so close. I think no kill? Yes, kill!
What?
Like I said, that's gonna kill. That's always gonna kill 10 times out of 10. You know, I said it. I said it. It was gonna kill. And Jalis, 2-4. Ooh, nice backdash out of there. Rygand still has the corner position. There's the burst. Again, Rygand's snipes from the air with those instant air dashes have been really on point. Like, that's one of...
No, that burst. But still, Jalis has gone up so far in the blood. Rygand gets the hits, and you know, Jalis is still so close to popping.
No
It
Hukyo.
wouldn't surprise me that if they still pop this round.
Yeah, that's another thing that... So, when you go back to neutral, you can look at their blood bar, and if they have no blood left, you can basically know that, okay, there is not gonna be a Hukyo here. And sort of adjust your playstyle to that. Lots of meter on Rygand. The meter for Jalis still building. Potentially don't get to use that, because, okay, Rygand choosing to just cut it short. Is it enough? Oh, it's not, though.
Unfortunately, it doesn't get a... Wait, does Yamada get a second hit?
I'm not sure.
But the punish on the blocked super will get the kill.
Ooh, the counter hit of the Beyblade. Hammering it down. Escape from the corner, but at what cost?
But that's... Oh no.
I guess that's the most optimal pop for Jalis in that situation.
Hey, if it kills, it works out.
Yeah.
That's I think what we really gotta look out for here.
I think that was a conscious pop from Jalis as well. They realized they were gonna pop, so they just chose to combo into it.
Already going to pop.
Wow.
But throwing Rygand so far out that it becomes safe, but actually still keeping a life lead even after popping. And now getting the burst bait.
That's
Comboing off.
yeah, that's
And
a
that
kill.
will kill. Alright, Jalis. Jalis is about is getting really close to equaling out the scores now.
Closing in. I feel like the couple of first matches for Jalis were very shaky. They might have just gone in cold, to be honest, and needed just a couple of matches to sort of warm up. And now we're in the match. Now we're in the prime content.
Yeah, no, dude, you know, being 4 matches down when you're starting to get warm is a very dangerous decision. But you know, time to see if Jalis makes it work.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, that dolphin pressure, when May has the meter to keep it going.
Ooh, the stop sign 5 heavy. Don't you dare fook y'all through.
And a dolphin kill.
Alright, a lot of blood used. We're in that level 2 range. Ooh, that's too heavy. Yeah, I feel like Jalis is finally starting to sort of not autopilot into the 5 heavy too recklessly, because Rygand has been calling that out very consistently. Just waiting and standing there.
That double Fukio 4 is very perilous. Just enough to not pop. I think Rygand might have been counting on it popping already.
Nice, popping the ball with 5 heavy. I wonder if May can sort of capitalize on that, if you think they're gonna swing on that ball.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh no, they used jump too heavy. Not getting the punish. And
Oh, the
Jalis!
5P.
That might have,
That's just all you need.
to be honest, been a 6P that turned into 5P on the cross-up, but we never know.
It's a 5P call out. Planned all along.
Yeah.
Hard
They knew
call
it
out.
was gonna cross.
Oh, that 2H. Rygand has been spending a lot of time in the air, and you know, 2H, even on block, is a very good move to throw out to control space.
With 6P securing the corner position for Jalis. 50 meter on that fast 5D. Such a difficult thing to react to. Only 20 frames of startup.
I am surprised, you know, Jalis isn't going for the command grab that much.
As soon as you say that.
Why I cannot speak.
I'll
again,
show you a command grab.
Equaling out the scores, isn't it?
Yep, 4-4.
4-4 now. Really warmed up now.
Another question is how does that affect Rygand mentally? Like, you had your opponent at like 3-0 position earlier. If they're able to come out of that, you know, that deficit, does that affect you? Does it make you think like they figured out something?
I think the important thing for Rygand at the moment is to...
Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh.
That's just a lot of effect on the screen to deal with. Exactly, as invalidvalue is saying in the chat, it's just a first to 3 now. But the problem is, a first to 3 doesn't typically have this much, you know, mental baggage and exhaustion already to it. And
Yeah.
so it's just seeing how much these players are going to be able to work into it.
Decision
Overhead
fatigue.
dolphin him.
Decision fatigue is a real thing that comes into play in longer sets like that. Uh-oh.
Oh no, and doesn't even hit with the pop, unfortunately, so this will be a full punish.
Yeah, that's the most uncomfortable position when you pop and your opponent has the 50 meter as well. They can extend it for such a long time. And it's, I swear, it's live by the blood, die by the blood. Jalis has lost a lot of rounds to that popping, but I feel like the thing we don't see is that when it works out, and, you know, we don't necessarily see the thing that, all right, if he screwed up here, he would have popped, and like it's a lot of decision making going into stuff when you manage your resources as Nago.
Yeah. Speaking of managing resources,
no resource manage here.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is actually just big brain. Not going for the super, unfortunately, which I think could have had a good chance of killing right there, but let's see if Jalis needed it.
Oh wow, didn't manage to get the anti-air out even with the slowdown frames there. Wow, Rygand patient. But the stagger. 5k, micro step, 5k. Such a classic. Really makes your opponent, you know, want to react to do something. Get out of there. Rygand coming back with a vengeance. 50% out of Jalis' life gauge. And he's getting so much meter here. He will actually, at the end of the combo, have 50 again. Extend it.
Really getting the pressure going. But it...
Oh!
Contesting that charge D.
Num.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, hello?
Oh, Jalis?
That was definitely a missed input on something there.
Could be pressure getting to them. But we've seen Jalis just get better as the set has gone on, so hopefully it's just a fluke.
Wow,
But
deep
Rygand
dash
getting
too
any
heavy.
damage. And now playing it patient.
Ooh, that's smart.
Beyblade to contest.
Yeah, gets there on time.
But now dangerously high blood once again.
Yeah, you really need to contest those, because if it's kind of same as canceling into the heavy dolphin for plus frames, you can also cancel into the beach ball for plus frames, and if you let that slide, that's a free pressure reset for May. Oh no, base the YRC. Still has the burst available here, but oh, I thought that was sneaky. Jalis, while Rygand was high up in the air, out of the screen, they did use Hukyo to switch the positions, but weren't able to get in the like a decent position to time their anti-air on the follow-up situation. And now Rygand moving on to the fabled 6 points.
Yeah. Still considered, you know, typically it is the hardest game to win is the one that closes it out. Let's see, you know, Rygand has shown a lot of patience in this match. Let's see if that pays off or.
Yeah,
You know?
I can tell from experience that when you get on that one more, you sort of start to loosen up a little and be like, yeah, just one more, it's okay. But that's a deadly trap, because it's not okay, it's not over. Tries to get out with jumping. Jalis spending a lot of blood here. Are they gonna pop?
Ooh,
Not quite.
not yet, not yet.
Nice,
Ooh.
perfectly. I mean, when the resource management works out for Jalis, it does look very beautiful because they go very close to popping. I feel like Jalis really knows very well how to manage the blood. They just choose to play it much, you know, a little bit more riskier than your usual Naga player. But to be able to pull that off requires quite a bit of, you know, knowledge of the character. Wow, Jalis just sitting there, taking it. That is...
And now, again, Ryan keeping their distance whenever Jalis is in that blood level 3, you know, forcing them to use blood moves to get closer and potentially blow up again.
Nice, good anti-air once again, pushing Rygand into the corner. Now one more swipe, anything will do. Wire C plus frames. Ooh.
Getting hit, that's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, fortunately, not a full combo for Rygand.
With the sword normals, they will deal chip damage for some reason, so forcing Rygand to spend all of that juice on that FD, and I think Rygand even ran out of the meter there. Jalis is so close, 5 to 6, 2 more. Rygand needs 1. Show your champion quality, Jalis. But it would be so crazy if Rygand took this. If Rygand takes this, then, like, who's there to challenge Rygand other than, like, Shady in Finland?
Yeah. Let's get the kill. Oof. That is, yeah, May damage.
Better take some damage when you ram a fat ass dolphin, or sorry, not dolphin, a whale onto you.
I think, you know, Nago's got a lot of muscle, a lot of natural armor protecting him, you know.
Swiping away. Nice, gets the close slash. The air block. Rygand.
Oh no, and Jalis about to pop. Rygand noticing it, respecting it, going for
Yeah, extension.
that punish with the extension.
Oh, wow! What patience! Rygand didn't do anything on the time stop there. I would have not guessed in 1,000 years that Rygand doesn't take the initiative. That's great. That's what I was saying. This is like the most patient Rygand I have ever seen in my life. And that
I think this really comes from, you know, grinding out that knowledge before coming to play.
Yeah.
It pays off. You are able to much more comfortably know when to go in, when not to go in.
Honestly, that's gotta be it, because I think Rygand is usually not the most, you know, grinding type of player, but I feel like this time they really put their heart and soul into it, and they went into this matchup wanting it real bad. And I think, you know, when you put the effort in, you probably should get something in exchange for that. What a success story. All right, we got one more to go, and what a match it is.
Invalid value, regular year, and, you know, well-showing, well-performing Nago player versus Zin from the UK.
Not to be obviously mixed up with Zing May, who is a Finnish May player. This is a top-class competitor. I think Zin may be one of the top chip players, if not the toppest chip player in Europe currently.
Yeah, and also they're quite young, as far as I've heard from Mystic. So, interestingly enough, you know, up and comer. I don't know how long their history is with fighting games, but it's cool to see, you know, Zoomers getting in, and you know, not in a derogatory way, of course, but
yeah, we need new.
It's good to see. It's good to see new people picking up fighting games and making names for themselves.
Exactly.
And, you know, what better character to embody the Zoomer mindset than Chip? And Chip is a character that we don't see often here in Bounty Hunter.
And it's not the, like, Zin doesn't only have a chip. He's really one of those players who has, like, handful of different characters. We've seen, like, I've seen them play Axel, I've seen them play Leo, what else? They just, you know, they're overall just a phenomenal player.
Yeah. And actually, Invalid Values correcting me, Zin is from Jamaica, so that is, I would like to have that correction be on air.
I presume based in UK though?
Yeah, well, they were in the UK team for Strive Cup, so I would assume so. Yeah, lives in the UK. Thank you, Invalid. And while we wait for these two to get there, I'm going to get myself some water. So, one moment.
Alright, so we were talking about how Zen is like one of the toppest tier competitors in Europe. I really like how Invalid Value is like not scared, not faced at all in the face of overwhelming odds. They've really been putting in the work as well. Speaking of these players who just put in the effort, and I think they did get into the what's the event called? Challenger League, the GGST edition, in finished in top 8, and that's another tournament that has a lot of money on the line, and I feel like that was probably one of the events that Invalid Value had in their mind for a very long time. That's why they've been going out there every single week, attending like pretty much. I think when I tune into pretty much any event that is happening in Europe, Invalid Value is just there all the time, grinding it up, getting the experience, not afraid to lose, and that's a winner's mentality. That's exactly the kind of mentality that you need to get stronger, especially if you want to grow stronger in a short span of time. And speaking of challenges, these two did actually meet today in the Strive of the Wild earlier on Akerol stream. It was a double elimination tournament, and I believe it was winners quarterfinals.
How did it go? I didn't catch that.
I think Zane took it 3-1, and as far as I remember, I stole some data from Akerol. And I think Zin and Invalid Value have been fighting it out in Akerol's events for like 3 to 4 times, and I think all of those have gone in favor of Zin so far. But as far as what kind of events those were, I have no idea. They might have been FT7s, they might have been tournament matches. But here's a chance for Invalid Value to turn it around and show what they got. It's definitely a run back of sorts.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel this matchup goes?
That's actually a good question. I don't really know about Chip's matchup spread quite like almost at all.
I wonder what the data says. I'll boot up rating up. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, because a lot of the Chip players just sort of disappeared. You have a couple of really strong ones who have stuck with the character. But other than like the only times I see Chip is at like the toppest level events with like people like Zin and what have you.
Yeah, so from what I see on rating update, the data seems to called it pretty even, and it feels like the higher up you go, the more favored towards Chip it is, but that just might be a case of you know, the caliber of players that you find at that level. You know, there's not as many Chip players as there are Nagoriyuki players. At least I feel. I don't know for sure what the popularity is.
Yeah, and it sort of makes sense considering historically what kind of a character Chip is. They are a very hard character to pilot. Like in older Guilty Gear games, Chip would be that one character who we tell, if you're new, maybe don't pick up Chip because like he's kind of tricky in a way. And at top level, you're like, don't pick Chip. If you're not a machine, you can't pilot him to his full potential. So when you get closer to that full potential, then I would imagine it gets more even and even as time goes by. But that's just a theory.
Yeah, it is crazy as well, because, you know, Nago, very notorious for massive damage, explosive rounds. And, you know, Chip, notorious for having the lowest health pool in the game. So, definitely definitely an interesting matchup to say is even, because, you know, you wouldn't think just based on that information, but the way Chip can maneuver across the screen does make it so that he can avoid a lot of these really dangerous scenarios you get.
Yeah, they say that Chip has everything but the health, so you definitely have the building blocks.
Yeah, I guess it's just about, you know, it is definitely the character that you gotta really play your heart out to show off a good dominance of the tools you have at your disposal, so that you can, out of all the tools that you have, properly use them to avoid issues and take win. Because obviously you have all the tools to get away without getting hit, but you just gotta, you know, not get hit.
Right. And you know, you have the mobility to sort of get there and prevent Nago from necessarily doing their stuff. Because that's one of the reasons why a lot of people pick Chip. Chip sort of has been a counter pick against some of these, you know, traditional zoners who are maybe a little slower or swing really wide or are prone to getting whiff punished. And even though Chip has, wow, Chip plus Zin Zip. Even though Chip does have, wait, what was the point I was trying to make? Hurts to be ADD.
Oh no.
Anyway, we got Zin here in the room. And it's about to get started. The main event of the evening. Warms my heart when we get big, strong players like this en masse in our little humble Bounty Hunters event.
And we're gonna get started. Oh, Zin is asking if you can switch mid-set.
I think the rules usually state we're generally trying to go in with like whatever character you want to go with, lock that character, and then you're locked into that character for. But I mean, if you don't mind, I'm okay going with those rules.
Yeah,
I mean, sure.
It would probably make for an interesting
Yeah.
match. Even though I wanted to see some Chip and Bounty Hunters, since I've not had the opportunity to.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
still,
it's-
you know,
it's-
if the players get to play what they want.
Yeah, and we did have a little sort of miscommunication as well. Like, I wasn't sure if Zin was actually going to play Chip, because we didn't finalize that thought. I just presumed that it was gonna be Chip. But yeah, I'm fine giving, if both players are fine, going into whatever character they want.
And nice. Zin with that incredibly high level on Chip. Definitely grinding out the game. Let's see how that experience translates into the gameplay. Right, you got Invalid Value holding down back in the corner, building up that risk gauge. And now it's just a matter of getting this hit.
With that full risk gauge, even 3 is like 6k is gonna lead into a conversion, because that's gonna give you a counter hit. Look at this pressure. Again, Rozan hitting.
That chip pressure will just go very far, you know?
Oh wow, what a reset!
Oh,
I think that was premeditated as well. If Xin broke the wall with a normal, I think that was not gonna be a kill, so instead opted to go for the last mix-up in the corner.
I don't think Invalid Value even saw that as a potential option.
Yeah, I don't blame them, because I didn't either.
Tried
Yeah,
to contest the vertical with the Gamma Blade.
There it is again.
But now look at that damage. Boom, there goes a chip.
The
Just
run-back
like
potential. But I mean, that's a very good showcase of how the matchup is gonna go. Invalid Value sat in the corner for like 2 minutes straight and then got one opportunity and bam. And now we're here. It's actually Invalid Value with the advantage here on the first game. Look at the meter available. Both players building. Ooh, fast hit! Straight into the super! That... Oh, is that actually gonna kill? No, no way. No way. Chip's the highest guts character in the game.
That definitely Japanese guts, right?
Definitely.
And yeah, Invalid Value taking the first match.
That was a great burst as well, because Invalid Value on the previous conversion ended up spending all of the juice and had to fight against Xin 100 meter, getting that 100 meter of their own out of the gold burst, really equalizing the situation.
And now Invalid got chip in the corner, even just a, well, chip damage deals so much, and that much risk. Not gonna be for much. The substitution jutsu. Now getting hit, but able to turn it back and go start applying pressure. Gets the overhead hit, forces the burst out of Invalid. Invalid aiming to escape the corner, gets hit.
The ghetto dash out of the corner, Beyblade. Alright, get off me. Run straight into the 5 heavy.
Oh no!
It's kind of like who blinks first when you're like driving head to head. What do they call it when two people are driving towards each other and trying to compete who breaks first? It's kind of like that when you see Chip running at you. Yeah. When you see Chip running at you, do you dare to hit that button?
Oh, the close slash is going to be an excellent starter here.
He's dead.
And there's still a super coming.
Look how close Invalid Value was to popping here.
It's entirely calculated.
I'm not even sure if they had, you know, momentum for the blotch to go up or down there. For all we know, that might have been a pop if they don't finish there. Wow. The mache.
An Invalid Value getting an early lead for someone who is not very confident going in. Oh.
Or I think we should say they are. I think they are very confident. It's just the data doesn't really favor them historically.
Yeah, that's I think a better way of putting it.
Because, like, to be honest, comparing Invalid Value and other people in the competitive scene, I don't know a single person who is essentially as confident. It's like Invalid Value doesn't even care if they're gonna lose. They just love to play the game and they want to get stronger. They want to put themselves out there.
And you just have to respect that. Now this super definitely going to kill. There's no amount of guts can save you at that point.
Yeah, Chip really one of those characters who are extremely good at finishing rounds. Lots of supers that deal a lot of damage at the end of the combos. Oh, the power slash hits. Yeah, kind of forcing. That was like 1, 2, 3 hits, and Xin is already 50% down. Wow, that hits far. Alright, able to get out of there, but the 5 heavy still level 2 blood reached so far away. And now the pressure. Traditionally, oh my goodness!
Unfortunately, not able to get a full combo out of it, but will still be able to continue pressure going. Now, Invalid in a very precarious position where potentially just one interaction
And a
or
6K.
2 is enough to kill. So Xin getting on the board now.
Very classic way to finish the round as well. The quotation Street Fighter overhead that doesn't really lead into much unless you have 50 or a counter hit. Alright, keep the position. One hit here. Xin does have a burst. Ooh, it was baiting it. Backwards Fukyo, but Xin doesn't bite. Not this time.
Speaking of not biting, oh, never mind, there's going to be a reversal super.
Yeah, I saw the startup of that jump heavy
I
already
think,
committed.
the guts keeps Xin alive, but that is barely alive for chip standards. That's not going to stop Xin from just going in, starting the mixation.
I love that word, mixation. Ooh, there we go, the 50 meter.
And there it is. Speaking of, it just keeps going.
I was scared that Xin sacrificed that position for that mix-up that took invalid value out of the corner, was still able to secure the win with the overhead. But man, look at this. Again, massive damage coming in. Nice backdash.
And now, Xin back on the driver's seat.
Ooh, choosing to take
will
the break.
opt to go for the wall break, yeah.
Bam. This would be a hard one. And invalid value has a lot of meter in the tank as well. Finds the reversal super. I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a dead chip, I think. Yep.
Yeah, that would lead into a conversion. We saw that combo from invalid value, I believe, last week or the week before that. Right, burst is good. Unfortunately, not able to move out of this predicament. Plus frames out of the clone. You can definitely challenge the clone, but if you respect it, it's too late. Ooh, tried to chase very hard the Fukyo forward, 5k whiffing. Xin taking the punish, one more hit. And no 50 meter available either! The overhead. Evening it up, 2 apiece. You know, historically, Chip still suffers from the same problem as before, that it's... You can pressure the opponent, but it is very hard to open them up. Like, apart from just dashing in and getting a throw, what is there to sort of... How do you make them stop blocking if they want to? It's very hard.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes to just, you know, playing your cards smartly and making sure that you're forcing your opponent into unfavorable guesses.
Yeah, that's
Even
right.
though a lot of what Chip can do is reactable, it's all about what you're expecting to be able to come out, you know?
Yeah.
As reactable as it is, as a move might be, if you're not expecting that it can come out, you probably won't react to it.
Yeah, it's like Genrozan is borderline not reactable, and if you're thinking about something else, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. I think the biggest thing that Chip has in his favor is again getting that mental stack in, and if you have a very sound of mental game plan opponent who just can think about the individual interactions as they happen, you'll go really far.
Yeah.
Are we getting a freeze? Is that happening on your side as well?
I think it's, yeah, we're probably getting booted.
Oh no.
Super fast retry.
Oh no.
No worries, we still have...
And in the arcade machine, we are already seeing a very low health Chip. invalidvalue taking a first round. But yeah, I think, you know, Chip's game plan happens a lot outside of the game itself, you know, flooding the mental stack of your opponent to get through.
Yeah, that's...
And speaking of, invalidvalue just takes it 2-0 very quickly.
Okay. Yeah, Zin just took the L so we can all watch it.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Zin.
That's the first time anyone has ever done that. Thank you so much.
To be fair, if that happened with me playing, because I usually hide the stream to just be able to focus, I wouldn't be able to react like that.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
understandable, and I don't hold it against the players either if they don't notice.
Yeah, thank you very much, Zin. So let's go back into it.
So we're at a 3-2 lead for invalidvalue. Well, how crazy would it be if invalidvalue actually manages to take this for the first time, I presume?
Or if not for the first time, it's working towards evening their
Record,
their record as, I wouldn't say rivalry, but as, you know, competitors. Yeah, that's 2 bars of meter on the chip. That's a lot of juice to be pouring onto the mix. But again, invalidvalue, just with the presence of mind, has been getting mixed so much that I guess being able to just maintain a sound mental state to keep responding to these mixes, very important.
Ooh, looking for that one more hit. Oh no, the DP! It didn't get the punish in.
And now back on the defensive.
Yoink!
And a grab will get it.
Yo, great whiff punish! Speaking of like characters who can whiff punish, we have Chip with one of the fastest movement speeds in the game, so even though we talk about that DP round start and people are like, how are you supposed to whiff punish it? That's so hard. Oh no.
Oh no.
Luckily,
This is the first pop we see for invalidvalue as well.
yeah, and luckily for them, Zin didn't have the 50 meter to actually milk out that full duration and get the kill. So still alive.
Now,
and
that freeze at the start of the round really giving the advantage to invalidvalue, but Zin able to come from above. And close the match out. Evening out the scores now.
ooh, nice DP. I'm surprised. You know, one thing I've noticed, Zin blocks a lot, which I'm not used to seeing from Chip players. The rationale usually is that Chip is such a low health character that you just can't afford to sit still. If you get any risk at all on you, then a B&B combo will just erase you from the game. So following that logic, Chip players are often very, you know, geared towards making decisions very fast. But Zin is staying surprisingly calm under pressure.
I think that's really a distinguishing factor between Zin and, you know, other Chip players that you'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
Barely not killing. Yeah, no, being able to stay calm, knowing when it's just not your turn and you should defend and wait for the better opportunity to go on the offensive and start running your plan. That's a very important skill to have.
Alright, big damage. We need one more. Oh wow, the 2K catching that Beyblade there. Did we respect? No, already queued up a button.
Yeah, that is Nago's kind of only reversal option to be, as far as I know. So paying attention to when Nago has the meter is very important. Beyblade into Beyblade? True pressure streak?
Honestly, it recovers so fast that you can kind of do it. It will cost you a lot of blood though. Roughly like 50% of your blood. Alright, pushing Invalid Value towards the corner. Look at that. The bravery to press the throw.
Once again, that overhead.
Ah!
And going for the wall break.
Quick conversion.
But again, this is Nago. There's a lot of health to work through. And, you know, when we talk about effective terms, these characters are at the same amount of health, but Zin will pull ahead.
Wow, it's like... that's a very Strive thing there. Invalid Value got the interruption, got the 5B in, but you gotta finish that combo, you gotta get the hard knockdown, otherwise your opponent might just keep pushing it, and Zin didn't give a shit. Like, if you don't go into something that is plus or knockdown, I'm just gonna keep pushing. My buttons are faster than yours.
Damn.
Oh, he was baiting it, but...
Yeah, Chip, one of the few characters with a 3-frame button that proves very useful in those kinds of scenarios.
Yeah, and it's not just the
when a
point
gap
blank.
is spotted.
Yeah, it's not just the point blank buttons that are fast for Chip. Chip also has like a lot of mid-range buttons that are just slightly faster than the competition. That's sort of like what Chip's neutral advantage is supposed to be about. Just having long-reaching buttons that should get there in time before the opponents.
Oh no! Invalid Value fails to get the wall break there. And now is put back into the corner.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, but getting the 5H.
Wow, that was kind of cool. Out of a DP mid-screen. Yo, the backdash! Managed the backdash! The Beyblade out of all things.
Now getting to very high levels of blood, going for the gold burst. Really saying, I'm going to finish this right now, but gets DP'd.
Yeah, you really do notice when Zin is running out of life, they tend to gravitate towards that DP, and that is a very logical decision, because like, when you have 0 hit points left, then, I mean, you're gonna die anyway, and it doesn't matter how you get punished. So DP becomes a little more, maybe worth it as far as risk-reward goes.
Yeah, exactly. And now this endless pressure from Chip.
Oh, I love that.
Going for the cross-up on the wall splat. You know, Chip, not notorious for doing a lot of damage with supers or, you know, with individual hits in general, so being able to just keep a pressure sequence going is a lot more valuable to most Chip players.
I mean, I guess Banki Messa is pretty decent for, because it does a lot of hits and tends to finish up rounds, but other than finishing rounds with its...
Yeah, in a setting where you're just going for a reset still, it doesn't typically seem very worth it.
Yeah. And Chip did
in
lose.
contrast, talking about characters that do in fact deal a lot of individual damage with hits.
Invalid Value just hammering that 6 heavy in! The massive disjoint! There's no pressing buttons.
Sometimes that's just what you need. You just need a wall of hitbox in front of you.
Yeah. Alright, finds the tick throw. Plus frames into another one. That's kind of cool that you can tick off of the clone. Oh, Zin was baiting it, but...
Zin has a lot of bar.
There we go.
He's going to go for the wall break. I think this can kill.
Oh no, okay.
No.
Defense modifier for Nago.
Yeah, and yeah, with the guts and the fact that it's a hit with a lot of moves, a move with a lot of hits. Oops. Scaling does tend to hit that move, that super very much.
Yeah, I think Chip lost a little bit of that finishing potential when he lost the kunai super from Exerd. Alright, get the cross up. Ooh, tricky.
Oh,
did they hit it?
Is this respected? It was respected, and now
no burst
with a full bar of meter.
Man, that's still not enough.
Oh, just barely. Yeah, this is what we were saying. You know, very difficult, especially against these high health characters like Nago, to just finish off everything. There we go.
Chip kill. And Zin suddenly has regained a very massive lead. It started out very favorable for invalid value, but you know what they say about getting warmed and adjustments and downloads and all that.
Yeah. Invalid has definitely shown that they have it in them. They just need a little bit of momentum, and they can take the W here. That's a lot of damage for a chip combo. Surprising.
It's like you can.
But then it's just about the same damage that Nagu is doing on 2 hits.
Beautiful! The jump 2K, no longer a god button. A simple, well-placed close slash is gonna do it. Yo, there we go! That's a clean conversion of 5p. Those are what we want out of Abara situation. Ooh.
Oh no!
Right, we're out of there.
Calling out the gap. But again, back into pressure after the YRC. Good backdash. A solid 2H, denying the hair approach.
Is it fucked up that the far slash from Nago actually trades with the DP?
Some characters are just built different in this game. Again, force of BRC, that 2H.
Yeah, good recognition from
So
invalid
with
value.
punishment. Again, Zin is essentially 1 hit away from death.
But that 1 hit is gonna be so difficult to get from this position, and especially without spending resources. There we go, there's the burst. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and that is enough to kill.
Set point Zin. The ultimate ninja. Oh, but takes a
A
big hit.
DP punish is a big hit to take.
Even with the dropped combo there, that did so much. And that's a kill, yeah, that's a super.
Yep.
2 touch.
Feel like that's just the nature of this matchup.
But again, you gotta look at the consistency with which you score that, because it's not very often that invalid value gets it, which is sort of reflected by the score. That's what invalid value will have to turn up, the consistency, the frequency that they get that big 60% plus damage combo. But it's hard. It's hard against Chip. And when you're not in the tournament setup where you can just, you know, gamble a couple of times and get a fast FT2, this is not that. This is FT7. You need consistency for this kind of events.
And now you have the super coming out on the punish. Doesn't break the wall, surprisingly. I was fully expecting it to be close enough to break, but the game disagreed.
Has to be super close. Again, Genro-san using it very sparingly, Zin. But just sparingly enough that it's probably not in the mental stack of invalid value currently.
Oh.
Letting them recover.
Allowing.
I guess they still valued that sort of close to corner position better than just breaking the wall.
It is kind of dangerous to let your opponent just take off with the ball like that, though. You know, they can still go a couple ways.
Right.
And potentially gain a lot of positional advantage off of it.
Alright, into this mix-up once again. Gets the low. Wow, okay.
Okay.
Did-
Ooh, fortunately, the Alpha Blade doesn't get the hit.
Oh, what a cancel from invalid value! That's exactly what he needed! It's not gonna kill though.
But it is very, very close.
This is horrible for invalid value, actually. Yeah, going back to neutral with no health against Chip with full meter, that looked like a very good sequence, but in hindsight, that was horrible in the end.
But realistically, what was the option there?
Yeah, there was
Invalid
no
value
option.
didn't really have a good situation to go to.
Yeah, it's
But
just...
it doesn't matter. They'll get the pickup, go for the super now, and this might just be enough to kill. Oh!
What a sequence! I didn't even realize they had the 100 meter. I think, yeah,
Drift RC up to get a little extra hit.
that's so smart. They were eyeballing how much the damage was gonna be during the super, and they deemed it's probably not gonna be enough. RC get the double jump D. Wow.
That was beautiful. Oh, now we have Zin in the corner. Manages to escape, and now it's Invalid Value who's getting mixed.
Finds the low, and here comes the That's such a swag combo. That does so much damage as well.
Yeah, one of the most damaging things that Chip can do to you.
Attempting the whiff punish, doesn't get
And
there
he
in time.
looks so good doing it.
Hell yeah. Which side? Invalid value, blocking correctly. Staying fairly tight
Unfortunately,
until...
gets the backdash called out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mr. President, why are you mixing me this hard?
100 meter, that's not fair. I gotta block for such a long time. And now this is a set point for Zin. Starting it up with a counter
Finds a
hit.
hit.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Forces a burst out of Invalid Value.
Not able to get any real estate out of that burst. Oh, tried to hit something, but it wasn't hitting high enough. Here comes Zin. Potentially, last couple of hits. One hit away from sealing the deal. He has the super. They're going for it.
Oh.
I think that's enough. Zin with Zanseroga.
What a
Slashing.
finish!
Bam!
Invalid Value really put in so much work there with the adaptations at the end. So close to catching back up to Zin and taking it to a final match, but unfortunately, it ends 7-5. What a set, though.
Yeah, that's. I think that's nothing to be ashamed about, because Zin is such a beast. To be able to hang out with the best and making it this even, that's just a performance in its own category.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows the quality of Guilty Gear that we just saw being played, you know?